Hello my profane friends, I'm so excited. Today's a good one. First of all, we've got a few shush ups, you know what I mean? Then after the shush ups, I'll show you the videos that they actually banned off my F page, of course. Didn't allow. I've got some Masonic secrets coming in here, you know what I mean? The big question is, who's the Grand Prince and ruler of the world? You know what I mean? Only a prince and a ruler. The only prince I know is Lucifer. But we'll get into that anyway in a minute. But first of all, I want to get back to this again, because people don't seem to realise that you've got an army encamped within your town and within your city, yeah? Look, here's the order of the Knights of Pythias, right? So they're the supreme statutes, right? And the supreme constitution, yeah? And the Supreme Lodge. That's not the World Lodge. Like I said, there's all different types of lodges, yeah. Like I said, there's different chapters, there's different lodges. Do you know what I mean? There's even a World Lodge. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, that's for the you think Bohemian Grove and all them malarkeys are the top ones. They're not. Do you know what I mean? You know. Anyway, so if I go down there, right? Okay. Now this is the Supreme Constitutions, right? Yeah. Now, Section 1, the rituals of the order of the Supreme Constitution and its law enacted by the Supreme Lodge in accordance therein shall be the supreme law and of the order of the Knights of Pythias. Yeah? Right, here we go. Let me see if I can scroll down here. This is my bloody thing when I get going. Right, now the important thing on this is, right, yeah, they are an army, okay? There shall be a secret internal organisation composed of persons upon who any rank of the order shall have been legally conferred, right? Okay, the order shall be constituted as follows. So basically there's a secret order within, do you see what I mean? And this is what they're telling you here. But look at this, look, a supreme government, right? There's a supreme government, right? It's just unreal, right? It's not me, right? This is them. Do you know what I mean? The Freemasons, yeah? Because they can call themselves the Supreme Pythias or anything they want. It's just Masonic, Freemason, different levels. But I'm going to show you again in this video that all Freemasons are just on the same level. Do you know what I mean? I hope I've saved that. Yeah, I have. Yes, I have. I got it in here. But again, it's like I'm trying to, again, you can read this yourself. I'm not going to go through it all. The only bits I want to get through to you guys is this. The military branch, to be known as the uniform rank. Yeah? You've got the endowment rank as well. See, it's all ranks. It's an army. Do you know what I mean? And they're encamped all in every town and city around the world. Yeah? And I don't think people get it. You know what I mean? And this army, yeah, when it rises up, because you think you're going to take power from it, yeah, and you can wave as many bits of paper as you want, yeah, they'll just do what Hitler did, concentration camps, line you up against the wall and shoot you and God knows what. So you want to be preparing, because these people, they're an army already, they're well encamped within your army. This army encamped within your town and city are powerful people, do you know what I mean? And they ain't going to relinquish that power like anyone else. Do you know what I mean? Hitler, did he relinquish his power? No, he took it right to his doorstep. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what people do. They do not relinquish power. Do you know what I mean? And Freemasons won't neither. Never ever. You know what I mean? But anyway, the ranks of the order shall be the following, and no others. Yeah, the ranks of knighthood, known as page, esquire, and knights as established in the ritual of the order of the subordinate lodges. You see what I mean? There's always different lodges, you know what I mean, at different levels, yeah? And whether you're getting up into them higher levels is how corruptible you are, do you know what I mean? Or how demeaning you look on profane people, yeah? Again, in this I'm going to show you how they think of you, do you know what I mean? You people outside the lodge that are profane, yeah? Do you know what I mean? And this is what it's all about. Look, the uniform rank, see what I mean? It's an army, yeah, which shall be attained only in accordance with the laws enacted for its government. You see what I mean? And this is what this is what you got to keep remembering. This is an army. This is a well-organised gang, yeah, that can gang stalk you, make your life hell. Whether you want work, make you rich, make you poor. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. They will do that to you because that's what they do, and all they do is think all day. How can we keep this power? How can we keep our boot, yeah, on the necks of all the profane? Do you know what I mean? And that's all their job is. Do you know what I mean? Keeping your children in the schools dumbed down. Do you know what I mean? Because they set the curriculum of the education. And I mean, why are people like learning about Romans marching across here? And where's the history of the Freemasons? Do you know what I mean? Because they were involved in all of it. Do you know what I mean? And I'm going to show you that as well. You know, well, I have shown that many times before. You know what I mean? See, the past chancellor, you know what I mean? I mean, this is a whole, and again, I'm going to show you in this video that they're a world unto themselves. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, and anyone outside of this, yeah, is just profane and hated. Do you know what I mean? You're not part of their world. We're like, you know, when they come into our world, it's like, you know, it's just weird as hell, mate. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, the past Supreme Chancellor, do you know what I mean? These are all your, like, lords, earls and dukes, do you know what I mean? And it just goes on and on and on. But what I'm trying to get through here is these are an army, do you know what I mean? They're a well organised corrupt gang that will keep the profane living under their boot so long as you keep them in power. Do you know what I mean? Look at all that. What does that sound like to you? You know what I mean? It's just Rome, mate. Rome, the Roman times. But you know, again, you can download this in, you know, in my forum. There's enough books in there. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to just leave it there, and you know, you can pause it and then read it yourself. I'm just going to go through a few more bits just so you can see, you know, that it's its own government, it's its own people. Do you know what I mean? And it'll always be Freemasonry versus the profane. Do you know what I mean? Nothing else. The following powers are reserved for the Supreme Lodge: to pass upon the determined all questions relative to the qualifications and election of its members, to enact laws for its own government and protection, and to prescribe rules and procedures for the conduct of its business. So you think, right, yeah, that when you go to, you know, go to take any power off these Freemasons, they're not going to do nothing to protect themselves. They're going to be the first people rise up with guns and start shooting the people that don't bow down to their will. Do you know what I mean? And that's what's going to happen. Do you know what I mean? It's going to go, and that's the end line of it. You know what I mean? You can go on about, you know, what's it called? Article 61. That all works so long as you're behaving yourselves. But when it get close to taking this power away from these Freemasons, yeah, in every town and city, that's when you're going to see the rise up. Because these are lords, dukes and earls, and they don't give up power. No, none of them do. Do you know what I mean? They stay in power. Do you know what I mean? You know, and they've squashed anyone who's risen up against them. Whether that's, you know, you could say that's, what's his name, Spartacus, do you know what I mean? Boudicca, do you know what I mean? Or anyone who's you know, had a jackboot under him and tried to rise up and do something about it has been killed, do you know what I mean? By the majority dominant force, do you know what I mean? And this is what it get, you know, you can go on and on. You can download this up from my forum anyway. And like I said, you can, you know, if you want to read the bits I'm now sort of saving, not too clever, but again, you can just pause it, read it at your own leisure. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to give you a few more, but like I said, it's just an army. It's, you know, they ain't got all these, you know, all these orders and sections of this, you know, like all these different sections. They ain't writing these books for nothing. This is an army that has to obey this. Do you know what I mean? Because if you don't, you're in serious trouble. Do you know what I mean? And they are, you know, same as if you're in the army. Yeah, you don't follow orders. Yeah, you're in serious trouble. Same as you're in the Freemasonry. You don't follow orders from a master mason and you're a fellow craft. You're in serious trouble because you have to show that respect. Do you know what I mean? Yes, worshipful master. No, sir. You know what I mean? And all that malarkey. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, that's that. You can download that in my forum. Do you know what I mean? Now let's get on to the where they shush up my posts on Face, you know, on Face. I daren't say it because they pick it up on algorithms, don't they? But so long as I can keep showing you that you're wasting your time posting to these sites, because they don't want the truth out there, yeah, and it's there, or, you know, regardless of what that may be. I mean, even the simple stuff like this, you know what I mean, what I post, where they're giving you, you know, the Masonic aprons, you know, that's on a plinth or a, you know, everyone's got their own thing to that, do you know what I mean, or their own saying, do you know what I mean, but it's all to do with Lucifer, and here it is, you know what I mean, it's the New World Order. That's all they do, is keep signal to themselves over and over and over and over and over again, do you know what I mean? I'm going to show you that, but anyway, I'll play these videos. There's like 7 of them short. I don't know if I've already played number 7, but I'll let it run anyway. And again, it's just to show you that the posts of, I'm going to show you the posts that they've shushed up, okay, and then I'm going to show you what they shushed up, do you know what I mean, the actual videos of where I've seen, you know, different Masonic hand signs or signals, do you know what I mean. Some of them are like, you know, you wouldn't believe it, you'd think, Christ, because they're put on the screen like this one here, for instance. If I just forward it, and I'll show you the hand signs when he's doing it.
Back to normal because he's up.
Not that one. That's the wrong one. Well, we'll get to it anyway, and you'll see. Do you know what I mean? I can't remember which bloody one it was. I've got so many. Oh no, it might be this one. Let's
here's another move.
No, that ain't
it.
No, that is it. Anyway, yeah. Let me show you. Bloody hell.
Here's another.
Watch how rude. You know, because he wants that rudeness. See it? Look. Watch the rude. Look.
He knows exactly what he's doing. Watch.
See that?
See that?
He knows exactly what he's doing because he's showing you his dick basically. Look, watch.
He knows exactly what he's doing. Watch.
Well, I'll show you more of it in a minute anyway, yeah? But that's the sort of dirty signs you'll see from these Freemasons, do you know what I mean? And it goes on and on and on, do you know what I mean? You'll see other signs here where they stick their fingers up, you know, hidden, obviously, in plain sight, do you know what I mean? But you don't see it. Anyway, I'll run these videos and then
here we go.
Make your, you know, at the end of the day, make your own mind up, do you know what I mean? Whether, you know, it's there, you know, I'm showing you again, you know what I mean? Again, look, this is what the post I did, look, shush, don't think about the gang signs within your home being shown through your TV. It's all totally innocent and normal, nothing to do with giving a stroking Masonic, nothing to do with giving and stroking a Masonic member's egos on their power over you and the world. But Freemasonry is the most successful corrupt gang in the world and the most dangerous to all profane people within every town and city. Damn, they don't even have a spray. They don't need to spray can for walls. You know what I mean? They're using TV channels that they own. What they own, sorry. So the TV programming unit does it all for them, and that's all it is. That's, you know, I keep saying it in every bloody video, you know, from day one. They don't need to have a spray can, go around the town and spray their gang signs, because they put it straight into your TV. Do you know what I mean? And you'll see it now. Well, in a bit, I'll show you how they delete my post off Facebook. Anyway, here we go.
I've got 200. Well, they delete half of them, I don't know, maybe they've set it so they can't be tagged in posts. But this is what I'm now posting now, look, more truth, okay? Right, don't talk about the gang signs within your home being shown through your TV, it's all innocent and normal. Nothing to do with giving and stroking Masonic members.
Right, okay,
damn, they've done a TV programming you. I'm actually
let me
just takes the mickey. Anyway, here's the post. Like I said, they just show it over and over and over again. Do you know what I mean? That same gang sign. Right, that's that post, and whether it'll go or not, like I said, it takes a little while. And I don't want to keep going with loads of big videos, but we'll know, because obviously I'll put it in my video anyway, won't I? And you'll see it.
Obviously that didn't take, do you know what I mean? Oh, I should have put a picture at the start. Now I've got to do one at a time. Is this? Let me just copy this. Wait a minute. Copy, because then that give me the power to paste it here. Paste. That's it. Where is it? Bloody hell. And if I put that as 0, it's a little trick for you guys, I suppose. You know what I mean? But we'll come into this. But when you go like that, and that comes up, that allows you to go to next, you see. So here's the next one I tried to post, yeah. Each and every one of these is different, you know what I mean? They're not in any order in particular. So this might be, this is 7th of February. That one was, oh, I didn't know because I didn't post it. Or wherever it bloody was. Getting a bit confused here, isn't it? Eh? You know what I mean? So it's so yeah, that was posted 2 hours ago, so whatever date that was. But I ain't got the such date as, you will later see it. But anyway, here we go, let's keep going. I like the rattle on, you know me, but it's a great video, this one, really good. Watch.
Just an update on that video there. second one down, look, where is it? I just posted it.
Oh yeah, this is part 2 to that. Oh, sorry, this is actually part 2 to that video, yeah? Do you know what I mean? So that's part 1, tried posting it, didn't post, so now I've, you know, again gone here.
Just an update on that video, look, second one down, look, where is it? I just posted it. Obviously I don't need to lie, that was 5 hours ago. There it is, look. But if I go back, oh, I'm laying in bloody bed here, lazy little git, ain't I? Right there. Oh, let me put it down here, make it easier. Right, so if I go back, I'm doing this through my phone, and then back again, look. It goes to there, then we go to here, that still stays there, look. There's the post, look. Okay, you know what I mean? So it's posted, it was posted 1 minute ago. I don't know if that time will go up or not, but I posted that 1 minute ago. If I refresh it now, obviously it's going to just disappear and I won't see that post anymore anyway. So there it is, though, it's posted. Oh, it's disappeared, there it goes, so it's gone, yeah? So now we go to my, as usual, what I keep showing you guys. We go to here. Oh, I can't even get it right now, I'm looking through my bloody phone. That's it. And then what we got? The truth hidden once again. The Masonic shush up. And where is it? It's not there, is it? See what I mean? And that's all they keep doing at my posts. And they will continually shush my posts up. Do you know what I mean? Because that's what, you know, that's the truth. Do you know what I mean? Freemasons are just putting that gang sign in your TV constantly. Do you know what I mean? That don't stop. Do you know what I mean? And it's just stroking their egos. How? But that's just, you know, I'm just showing you square and compass, you know, and 232 and 323. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot more signage within your TV that even I don't see. Do you know what I mean? But as long as it strokes, you know, their egos, and I'm talking about when you walk the streets, they've got their gang signs all over the streets, but you won't see it. Do you know what I mean? That's like on the drains, it's like on the doors. Do you know what I mean? It's all over, all in the architecture. Do you know what I mean? That's all Masonic. Do you know what I mean? You see their businesses. Do you know what I mean? With their G's and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? Their pyramids. Do you know what I mean? It's everywhere. Do you know what I mean? They run everything. Every town and city. They've done it by hook and by crook. You know what I mean? Killing any threat. Believe me, they don't give a fuck. They will kill you. Do you know what I mean? To get what they want. So long as they control it and they rule over you, the profane, they don't care. And that's for the elites, do you know what I mean? And they're paid for that. And they're paid well to keep you under their jackboot and a cable tow around your neck that you can't see. So long as they're doing that, they're happy. But there you go, there's my post gone again. You know what I mean? Well shushed up, as per usual. No one can get tagged, no one can see anything, you know, of the truth, that Freemasonry are scum. You know what I mean? They're the bane of every profane person, you know what I mean? I know them. They're gang stalking, they're drug dealing, paedophile fucking nonsense, do you know what I mean? And rapists. And I can prove all that, do you know what I mean? There's no question of that, do you know what I mean? I've been at this 22, 25 years, do you know what I mean? And I've kept myself, do you know what I mean? All I've done, well, I ain't going to get into that. Anyway, have a great day, folks. It just shows you how much they shush up, you know what I mean? But they won't shush me up. Well, they can kill me, but then they end up with people on their roof with big banners, do you know what I mean? And that'll be a lifetime. So anyway, have a great day, folks.
And that is it, you know what I mean? Here we go again. Another post, yeah, this was what I posted locally. You know, I took a local shot of a local hotel, what was Freemasonry, yeah? So the one I've done before, but then I noticed something else on this, do you know what I mean? So I retook another shot of it. But this is what it's about. Look, if you're profane, and I mean this, if you're profane, then you need to make Freemasonry within your own town and city a perjured organisation. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, you need to make them targeted individuals and PVOPIT, also known as profane victims of profane investigation tactics. Do you know what I mean? And you've got to investigate them, you know what I mean? You'll find them, it's not hard. And then, because that is the Nazon, Zazon, Boni, which stands for the key to the hidden treasure in Freemasonry. And that's the domWis of it, do you know what I mean? And the domWis stands for knowledge, do you know what I mean? With it, again, another secret word, or a word that Freemasonry mixes up, which is wisdom, but they call it domWis. Do you know what I mean? This is how they distinguish. You know, like I said, they've got their own, you know, their own writing, secret writing. They've got their own sounds. You wouldn't believe it. Their own, you know, everything is completely different. They're another world to this. Do you know what I mean? But when they come out of the lodge, you know, in our world, they are gods. Do you know what I mean? You know, and they're always signalling behind your back. Right. Anyway, so here's this tiny post.
They've tied it up. Look at this. If you're profane, then you need to make Freemasonry within your own town and city a perjured individual victims of Masonic guilt. That's to domWis. And see, through my activity log. Right. This is just code words, yeah. But this is just another post that's disappeared, yeah. And I had to actually go through my activity log, which is here. Look, see. This is my activity, and there it is posted. Look, yeah, and it's public again. Right, okay, you can see that. There's no point going down here because everything else that I post has been deleted, as you know. But this is another post that just disappeared, and that didn't even well, it just didn't. It just went. You know what I mean? Let me just show you exactly what I mean. See, there's
again another post. I'm going to show you all the posts that I post, or the videos that I couldn't get up onto. You know, onto you know, F-book or whatever it's called.
Here we go, another video. It's still done anyway. I'll show that as well. This is part 2. So here it is. I've tagged everyone. Now watch this post disappear. If you're profane, then you need to make Freemasonry within your own town and city a perjured organisation. Because if you're profane, you're a perjured individual. Do you know what I mean? So you need to make Freemasonry a perjured organisation. You need to make them targeted individuals, because that's what they do to us. Alright? And also, you need to make them a PVOPIT, also known as Profane Victims of Profane Investigation Tactics. It's the Nazon, Zazon, Boni, which we know stands for the key to the hidden treasure, and that's the way to go to the domWis, which we know domWis means wisdom, you know what I mean, in Freemasonry, and one of their passwords that they mix up. But this is what it's about. Again, this post is going to disappear. It's just another Facebook shush up, shh. And as we can see, it's been up 3 minutes. It's the second post down, okay, and the third post is domWis indeed, yeah, where I think. But like I said, that they know the key to their downfall is not only symbolism, that's investigating your own towns and your own cities and the corruption and following the money. Do you know what I mean? That is it. There you go. I'll refresh the page. And ta-da! Where's the post gone? You see what I mean? Shushed up again, because they don't want you investigating your own towns. They want you to keep investigating the White House, Parliament, do you know what I mean? And all them other little places, yeah? They're all a distraction, trust me. They're all a distraction. Look to your own town and your own city. You'll soon see who's corrupt and who ain't, you know what I mean? But there it is again, look, see? That is the domWis. Now I can get to the post, or I think I can, if it ain't been deleted, because obviously in part 1, let me go back to my profile, goosh. And if I go to the, oh no, sorry. Stick with me. How do I do it? Oh yeah, down the bottom of this. Go settings, yeah. Go to the bottom of this. And then activity log. And then manage your posts, look. Let's see if it's in here. This is how I picked up on it.
And of course, I try and pick up on it, but that was flat, you know, it wouldn't go into that piece, so I had to do another one. But this is what I have to put up with, do you know what I mean? Everything getting deleted all the time, do you know what I mean? It's constant, over and over again. That's why there isn't much posting now, because I just waste my time, do you know what I mean? But this is the last time I'll show you how, you know, obviously they cover it up, do you know what I mean? And keep shh, do you know what I mean? And obviously you can see the posts there, and I'm doing it all the time. Here's another one I posted, again, tag people just now, and you'll see it disappear. Again, this is 2 Masonic prayers. Yeah, what I'll show you in a bit anyway. Again, it's just a Masonic shush up, isn't it? Yeah, this is a prayer paper from Freemasonry. So here's a question. If the Masonic Gautu, aka Grand Architect of the Universe, is the Grand Prince of the world, which is in the prayers here, and the Giver of Light, who is the God, King or the Queen above him in Masonic life? Do you know what I mean? Anyway, this will be another one. As you can see, it was posted just now. Okay, so if I refresh it, that should disappear, which is normal. And when I go to my account, which is over here, right, that should be the second post down. Oh, we've got it. It's been on 9 minutes, look. Maybe they're going to allow this one, I don't know. Who knows? Well, it seems like it looks like this post is alright. Whether it disappears in the future, I don't know. We'll see. No, it's one that's going to stay. I cannot believe it. They've allowed it. I've allowed it. Well, happy. They'd allow. They must know what I'm doing, filming their bloody treasonous shush-ups. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, have a great day, folks. I could have sworn they deleted that one. Never mind. Anyway, good result. You know what I mean? At least people saw who the prince was. Again, this is part of, like, again, this is just simple little posts where I posted about Impractical Jokers, and where they're doing the the different signs, and how they do the the rudeness of it. Do you know what I mean? Because it puts it, because they're obviously a low rating. I mean, low. They're not an 18 plus or a PG or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? So what you're seeing on the screen, very slight, is your children are sitting there watching this. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, here we go again. Look, remember the symbolism and profanities from Freemasons come in different ways into your home and family, and it's all hidden in plain right just for you to see. So here it is again, another post that was shushed up. Here I am again. Look, uploaded this. Remember the symbolism and profanities from Freemasons come in different ways into your home and family, and it's all hidden in plain right just for you to see. And it is hidden in plain sight, which is a right. And here it comes, look. What it is, he does the finger. You know what I mean? Why aren't you using his index finger? Look, there it is, look. Bang. See what I mean? Because he's giving everyone everyone around the world who's seeing this programme the finger. Fuck you. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, this will be another post that disappears. Because once again, I'm showing, like I said, symbolism will be down at their downfall. Do you know what I mean? And they know it. The symbolism within your TV it should be the second post, look. See, where's it gone? It's gone again, you see? They just don't stop deleting my posts, do you know what I mean? On top of the profane, you know what I mean? See, some of them just stay. You can see me religion one from last time, their Masonic prayer, look. That's actually still on site now. I didn't know. Because they normally delete them, like I said, they give them a couple of days or it's restricted or whatever, but they did actually keep that one there. But again, the other post that was deleted. It seemed to be from other people. I'm surprised that one kept there. But again, as you can see, the post has disappeared because they just keep restricting me. Do you know what I mean? They close me account every time I put like a thingy up, which I've took a screenshot and I'll show you. But there it is. Look, where's the post gone? It's gone. Because the symbolism will be their downfall, and they know that, do you know what I mean? But that guy's showing profanities, do you know what I mean, straight from your TV. Oh, click the wrong button. Showing profanities straight to your TV, do you know what I mean? If I go to, I can also do this, look. What was it again? I forgot how bloody do it now. Is it settings? Oh, yeah, that's it. And then go settings, look. And then if I go down to the bottom here, activity log, look. Where's my posts? Is this manage your posts? Look. Let's see if it's in here. And again, that'll be deleted from here. Well, that's if it goes in there. I don't know what it's going to do. To be honest, this phone just like crazy. Yeah, see that? That was my last post on the 4th of April. What's today's date? I don't know. Yeah, 5th of April. So wherever the other posts went, it's just gone. Look, it's just been deleted again. They don't want you seeing the symbolism, because when you pick up on it, that's the game ended, innit? You know what I mean? Game over. Anyway, have a great day, folks. and it will be game over, because you'll be able to see them Masonically signalling in pubs, in clubs, do you know what I mean, on the streets, do you know what I mean, because they do it behind your back all the time, do you know what I mean, all the time. You know, like I said, I've stood in pubs and they're doing it around me, give me the sign in front of my face, and I think you disgusting fuck, do you know what I mean, blah blah blah. I could go, but I ain't gone into that. There's more of that, you know, coming. But you know, this is what they do. You're the profane, you're the hated profane, and they will do this to you over and over and over again. You know what I mean? Secret symbolisms, you know. But until you know, start waking up to Freemasonry and what they're doing within your TV, around you, in every town and city, you got no chance. You know what I mean? So many people are thinking Boris this, Boris, oh the truck drivers, oh the Ukraine and all the crap. It's all bullshit. Do you know what I mean? The corruption, there's more corruption within your town than anywhere, you know, do you know what I mean? It's crazy. Look within your own town, you'll soon find it, yeah? And once you start snouting them out, do you know what I mean, and getting them accountable and answering to their, you know, and you find a common denominator, do you know what I mean? More people will wake up to what's going on, you know, and then you'll see some action, I think. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, all they'll do is rise up, you know, and shoot everyone. Do you know what I mean? That's what they do. You know, someone like me, they shoot, you know what I mean? But they've got to be a bit careful, because I've got like certain people, but what would get up on their roof, put banners up, and then everything will come out in the open of all what, you know, I've got, you know, that's another story. Anyway, let me play this last one. I think I've already done this in another video previous. But again, this one was, you know, this is about, this is about, you know, so do I say SS, you know what I mean, and Kafkas, a bit like that, you know what I mean. But again, it's another post that wouldn't go up, do you know what I mean, because it shows the truth of what's going on.
I just posted this, obviously about children's services, rugrats, blood sacrifices, look. But that video there mentions Freemason.
Oh yeah, because I didn't put this in. I don't think I have put it in. It's up on my channel. This is right. But if you look for rugrats, blood sacrifice, yeah, you'll see the sort of toys they're dealing out to your kids. Do you know what I mean?
Who are raping her, the profane, all of that. You know what I mean? Anyway, I posted it. That normally gets deleted or something. So there it is. I'll just refresh my account. And obviously I've tagged everyone in it. Let's see if it disappears.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You know, I'm doing a live feed, it doesn't let me tag it. I'm sure it's nothing.
See, it disappeared again. But some people did like it, a couple of people. As soon as I tag people, look, because the information's too serious for them to, it just disappear.
But
where is it?
To the live feed.
Gone again. They just love proving me wrong, but that's good for me, you know. They can keep deleting my stuff, you know, and I'll just keep, like I said, I'll keep posting it. I did, oh, that post there, I did post the same video there, but again, I'll put it up again. Do you know what I mean? It don't matter, you know. I'll just keep posting it and posting it and posting it, you know. I'll put it on torrent sites, God, wherever it needs to be. Do you know what I mean? That's Freemason for you. Yeah, where's it gone? See?
Or anything like that, masonically sinister about it.
Anyway, have a great day, folks.
And that's it, you know. It's forever, ever. See, like I do a post, right, and then I get this. Your post goes against our community standards on spam, yeah. And then I get that, and then they close my account or shut it down and go, prove who you are. And by the time I've reset a password and proved who I am, these posts are disappeared again. Do you know what I mean? You know, so it's just over and over again. That's only because I keep showing you the square and compass and other Masonic signs they do within your telly. Do you know what I mean? And it goes on and on and on. You know what I mean? It just don't stop. So, you know, again, look, Stuart, your account has been locked. We've seen unusual activity on your account. This means that someone has used your account without your knowledge. And then they just keep, you know, they shut me down, and then I have to get started, and then I have to put my password in, do you know what I mean, or whatever, and then, do you know what I mean, and it's back to it. But by the time I've done this, because they didn't like that post and called it unusual activity, do you know what I mean, the post has disappeared again, do you know what I mean? So I'm getting that over and over and over again, you know what I mean? It's just so bad, man. So I don't even post much now, really, do you know what I mean? I'll share a few bits, but I'm always taking a risk, because I put the work into posting and then it disappears, do you know what I mean? So I just thought to myself, from now on, I'll do, you know, I've done 3 videos now from 87, I believe, you know what I mean? This will be my last. This is number part 90, and then I'm going to do other videos, you know, where I am actually showing the signs again of 232, 323, because I've gone off a bit. I'm going to show you more square and compass in the telly, more of this. You know, their little triangle apron sign, you know, or you can call it Illuminati. But the Illuminati, like I said, are Freemasons. They're just a one big army, yeah. And there's just different ranks, different corps. You know, you got, you know, like in the army, you've got, you know, airborne. Do you know what I mean? And all that sort of rubbish. The same as Freemasons. That's it. They're the most successful army and gang within every town and city. Do you know what I mean? And they've done it without, you know, having an actual war out front to us profane. Do you know what I mean? They've done it sneakily, you know, putting their barracks, what they call lodges, up in our towns, in our cities. Do you know what I mean? And they just keep opening and opening and opening. And I've shown you, you know, how thick their books got within a 5-year period, let alone a 30-year period. Do you know what I mean? How much more expansion are they going to do within our towns and in our cities? Do you know what I mean? Because they're recruiting all the time, and their job is just keep us profane down and not get rich. We won't get rich, do you know what I mean? Because they own everything anyway, like I keep saying, you know. But anyway, this, you know, I've gone through it enough, do you know what I mean? And until you wake up to it, see this, it's always the same hand signs. They know exactly what they're doing. Look, you see what I mean? And I've shown this where, you know, people who are, you know, obviously old in this sort of, you know, who've been doing this a long time know the signs anyway. You know, and you've got government officials are doing it, you know, blah blah blah. So here it go over and over again, do you know what I mean? And this is what it's all about, the New World Order, you know what I mean? All they're saying, hello brothers, this is our power, do you know what I mean? We run this, you know, this TV show, we run the TV, we run everything. Now here it is, I watched this programme, I forget what it's bloody called now, something about cooking steaks or something, you know. But every time, every 2 minutes, do you know what I mean? You've got this barn door, 2 barn doors, do you know what I mean? Where it shows the square and compass, you know, and it just goes on and on and on. It never stops, you know what I mean? And this is all I'm trying to show you. That's not me putting it on there, that's Freemasons putting it on there, because it shows their power, do you know what I mean? And strokes their ego within their army. Anyway, here we go.
Here we go, barbecue cook-off. And this is the American Barbecue Showdown. Season 1, Episode 1. We're 6 minutes in.
See that? Season 1, Episode 1, 6 minutes in, and you're seeing a Masonic square and compass. Do you see what I mean? And that's what they do. Hello, brothers, because that's all it is. That's all it is. It's just Masonic TV. You know, and if you're unsure about how proliferant, I've got the word right there, how proliferant Freemasonry is in telly or within your TV, and I'm talking about the symbolism. Do you know what I mean? Go look at go look at my Doctor Who post on my forum. Yeah, I'll go to it in a minute after I've done this, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. You know, the amount of symbolism. Doctor Who is actually Masonic, Doctor Masonic Who. Do you know what I mean? Because it's that bad. Do you know what I mean? With the symbolism from Freemasonry. But anyway, I'll let it go on. But like I said, that's 6 minutes in. You know what I mean? Masonic square and compass. If that don't tell you something, there's something wrong with the telly. The people who are actually running these stations, and I don't know what is.
We see the square and compass. You know what I mean? There it is, look, the 2 X's. They love advertising themselves, these Freemasons that own these TVs. You know what I mean? The shows, you know, the executive producers, you know what I mean? All Freemasons. As long as they're showing that to their brothers, that's all it is a gang sign, a spray. You know what I mean? Here, and they've sprayed it right onto your doorstep. We run the world. We rule your towns. We rule your cities. We run your counties. We run your towns. We run the world, basically. You know what I mean? Pure advertisement. Like I said, people that are conquerors and rule over you will always put their stamp on it, so you can see it. You know what I mean? There you go. Never stops.
Next one, straight into it. To prove a point, yeah. Here we go again. We're like 8 minutes in. I've already seen it within 3 seconds of the programme starting, but obviously I could, you know. But this is how they repeat it over and over again. Here he is tenderising his chicken, look. And then the next clip, you'll see it twice in consecutive rows, the square and compass. Watch, and it's fast. Watch. Bang, there it is, look. See? And then it goes to there, right? And then there it is again, look. See what I mean?
That's all they do. So long as they're putting their gang sign within your living room for your family to see, well, it's for everyone to see, to show the power of the Masons or the Freemasonic scum. There's 2 X's, make square and compass, and they're showing it all the time.
By the way, the gap on that door, because if you notice the doors are not fully open, that actually symbolises something, and I can't remember now where it is or what it is now, you know what I mean, but I've seen it so many times where there's 2 X's and they've always got this gap, this same gap between, yeah, and I could get, you know, I might get it, you know, I'll go hunt it up, I've got it all in my files, do you know what I mean, yeah. And I'm sure it's got, you know, like a little ribbon or a bow or something, you know, something, I can't remember what it is, but it's always got that. That's why the doors ain't fully open, because it symbolises something with the pattern of it, if you know what I mean, with the gap, do you know what I mean? But it's just something I just thought I'd throw in. Have a great day, folks.
They don't need to keep showing it, but because it shows their power within your TV, do you know what I mean? They're using spray cans on you all the time. Look at how powerful. Look, members, look at our brothers, look at sisters, do you know what I mean? We are the power of everything. We run this TV, we run their TVs, we run their viewing. We're the ones in power, do you know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Here it go again. Watch how quick that come in. Look, boom, there it is once. Then go to this clip, and then the next clip again. Boom, there it is again. Do you know what I mean? It's over and over and over again, and they do that because they don't need to do spray paint around your cities and towns, because they do it within your TV. Do you know what I mean? And that's a sign every time. A sign to their Freemason brothers and sisters. Hey, look at how powerful we are. And you've got to pull the screw out of their compass, do you know what I mean? And you've got to open your own profane lodge and start researching where the corruption is, where the money goes, right? And those that are, you know, popular, clicky little crew within your town and city.
And there you go. Next one, again, same thing, watch.
Yeah, here we go again, look. And this is how they do it, look. Watch, here it go again, look. We're 9 minutes in, look. And there it is, look, again, look. The square and compass. 2 crosses, make the square and compass. They just keep showing it and showing it and showing it. And that's why didn't they go downstream, you know? You know what I mean? They won't, you know?
And that's season, that's just season 1, yeah? You know what I mean? And it goes on and on and on. Like I said, they always keep showing that square and compass. Square and compass, square and compass.
But basically, every 2 to 3 minutes, they're showing you that square and compass. Do you know what I mean? And there it goes, disappears. See what I mean? So it's only like a 30-second, 15-second clip, but it's just enough to put that Masonic gang sign in your living room, in your family, within your TV. Do you know what I mean? They've spray painted it and advertised themselves. You know, like every gang, you know, it's on the street corners they have to spray. Do you know what I mean? But the Freemasons do it everywhere because they run everywhere. You know what I mean? That's the whole of the UK, the whole of the USA, Australia, you know what I mean, Ukraine. It doesn't matter where you go, Freemasonry run it. And if there's a war there, the Freemasons are involved in it, big and heavy, and they're the ones causing the war. Do you know what I mean? Trust me. Do you know what I mean? And they're doing it for a reason, because the elites want that. Do you know what I mean? Because it keeps you distracted and all the rest of it. Look within your own towns, look within your own cities for the corruption. Do you know what I mean? That's the only way you're going to beat these Freemasons. Do you know what I mean? They're all gang signing all the time. Do you know what I mean? They're not putting those signs in your TV all the time for nothing. Do you know what I mean? There's a reason. Hello, brothers, we're powerful. That's why they're so obstinate and they think they can't get caught. You know what I mean? Anyway, have a great... There's a Freemason there, the worshipful master. Pig in all things. You know what I mean?
There we go again.
And just to show you, we're now 7.5 minutes in, and you can see the square and compass again. But they don't need to show the square and compass. They could show a barbecue or something. But what they show you is the barn. Watch. Here we go. Watch. There it is. Look.
And there it is, 7 minutes in. Like I said, they're not in any particular order. But again, the geezer must have been like standing right under it and flexes up to that because it shows the square and compass again in your face. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, it's every second of the day. You know what I mean? You're getting that Masonic symbolism in your face every day.
We are the power. Our brothers, you know what I mean? We just spray painted our gang sign, our army sign, straight to your TV again.
Oh, and by the way, it didn't go amiss on me with the light above it. You see the light above it, look? The square and compass. Do you know what I mean? It's so sly and subtle with it, isn't they?
Again, and that's less than 6. What I showed you just before. Do you know what I mean? There it is, and they show it repeatedly over and over and over into your screen. Look at us, brother, look at us. This is the Masonic sign. See what I mean? Symbolism will be their downfall, because this is what that is. Do you know what I mean? All it is a gang patch, and they keep showing you it over and over again, how powerful they are, because they control your cities, they control your towns. I will not stop telling you this, do you know what I mean? And that's the corruption within your towns and your cities and within your countries, do you know what I mean? Because people in power, how have they got that power? They got it with force, you know, whether it's through wars or whatever, but back in the day, that's where they got all their power. You know what I mean? And there it is.
And I'll just mention now, right, if you look at some of the, my back videos, when I show you the square and compass, if you remember that the compass, one half lays above the square and one lays below the square, okay? So if you take note on this, right, if you notice the cut on the wood, this one is full length, okay? That's full length, and this one is cut, okay? Which symbolises it's below here. This one is full length because it symbolises above, because these are cut. Do you see what I'm saying? So it still signifies below and above on the square and compass, because it don't just, the compass don't just rest on top of the square. Do you know what I mean? Again, like I said, in ritual, sometimes it's below, sometimes it's above, sometimes one is above, one is below, or the opposite way round. The one on the left is below and the one on the right is below. Do you know what I mean? Above. Do you know what I mean? So, and again, that doesn't mean it stays that way. Like I said, the points, the square with the two points there and two up there, so you end up with a diamond shape. Do you know what I mean? There's all different angles they do this, but that's just another bit of symbolism they've done there, where they've made it look like the right side here is under and this side is above. Do you get that? I hope you do and understand what I'm saying, but that's what they do, and that's part of that symbolism on that, what you're now seeing. Do you know what I mean?
So fast, and that's what they do. It ain't just like a simple bush and it's there. It's flashed between all the time. Here it is. Look, it's so fast it is. Right. Watch this. Here it go. There it is. Look. As long as that's flashed, they don't need to show that. They could show, like a barbecue sit there or whatever, but they don't. They show you the square and compass because it shows their power. It spray paints your house. You know what I mean? Well, you put their sign, their gang sign, spray paint it straight into your living room, doesn't it, and into your family. Anyway, have a great day. Power of the Freemasons, eh?
And none of these, what I've shown you so far, I can get uploaded. Do you know what I mean? Because of the amount of gang signs. Now here, this one here, you'll see him now do a profanity. You know what I mean? He'll now give everyone the finger, the middle finger, yeah? But it's done subtly. They don't need to even be focused on this guy, yeah? But they do it because he gives the sign of FU. Do you know what I mean?
This is how they do other signs towards you, like profanities. Do you know what I mean? Because we are profane enough to see it. Now this looks casual, but trust me, it's not casual. Look. Get ready. See it? Did you see it? Did you see the profanity there? Watch. There it comes. I'll pause it this time. There. See that? And what he's doing, he's giving you all the finger. See that? Just little profanities. That's just enough to put it in your screen. Because everybody knows that. Watch.
And what I should have mentioned as well, right? Because his eye looked weird. Yeah, his eye looks weird, yeah. She winks, right, and gives you one eye, and then he's pointing to one eye. So again, it's the symbolism of the all-seeing eye. Do you know what I mean? But he's also given, like I said, the FU to you. I mean, do you know what I mean? They're so sly and subtle with their symbolism anyway, but it's there. If you read it, like she does the one eye, then he points to the one eye, but also gives you the F off symbolism of it, you know, the one finger, because he doesn't need to do that. He uses his index, doesn't they? Anyone uses their index finger, but he doesn't. He uses his middle finger. Come on.
It's just enough to put it in your screen, because everybody knows that. Watch.
Look at that.
Everybody knows what he's doing. Do you know what I mean?
And that's what I used to do. Do you know what I mean? Like when Freemasons come in the pub, I used to go like that with my two fingers, you know, up at my temple. Do you know what I mean? Which is like FU. Do you know what I mean? With the two fingers. And I used to do it with the middle as well. You know, watch for it because you'll see it. You know what I mean? They'll do it. You know, blatant as punch. That's what I do. You know, in the pub when they come in, I think that's what a Mason there. I'll do that. You know, I'll stick my middle finger on my foot, on my temple. Do you know what I mean? Or I'll put two fingers on there. You know, because you're saying FU. Do you know what I mean? But it looks casual. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, this is what they're doing here. You know, they're saying FU. He doesn't need to do that. Who does that with their middle finger? No one. That's because he's throwing a sign out.
That's the signs you have to watch out for. See, he knows exactly what he's doing. He looks like a bloody lizard anyway, doesn't he? But that's what he's doing. He's sticking the middle finger up at you. You know what I mean? And that's just enough for them, you know, to get that little symbolism into you. Just to say, fuck you. You see what I mean? And that's how quick it is. You know what I mean? Take the mick, they do all the time, these people.
We got it.
Symbolism, like I said, isn't just about being, you know, doing hand signs. It's just everywhere, through everything. You know, if you keep your eye open, it's there, look. Saying, fuck you. You know what I mean? And that's what it's about. You know? Because why aren't you using his index finger? No, he uses the middle finger that tells you within your house, fuck you. You know what I mean? He knows exactly what he's doing. You know what I mean? Anyway, there you go. Just more symbolism from the Masonic Luciferian group.
And it goes on. Like I said, I'm just showing you some of the basics that I pull out. Do you know what I mean? Because they're easy to see, but there's so many. You know, I'll show you in a minute. Like, you know, when I was sitting here, you know, I could sit here and they flash the shush symbolism at me, you know, through the telly. Do you know what I mean? I pick it up like that. You won't see it, but I'll pause it and I'll show you it. But, you know, this is what they do. Again, look.
Oh, don't forget they're always doing this. Always doing the old devil horns. Pure Masonic. They love it.
The amount of devil horns they show on this program as well. Just watch it. Just watch it. It's tons of signage all the time. Now this one, he gives a rude sign. Yeah, he shows you his winky. Yeah, and points to it. Do you know what I mean? Watch. He knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, here's another move. Look, he's got his hands here. Forget the rest. Don't worry about it. Watch the casual moves where he pushes it towards sex. Watch. You ready? And remember, your kids are watching this because these are rated like, you know. Here we go. Anyway, watch.
He fed a bizarre scenario from the other guy.
He knows exactly what he's doing. Watch. See that? He knows exactly what he's doing. Watch it again. Look. Watch his face as well. Tells you everything.
Yeah. Long story short, you have to get this person to stay in the
Right, here we go. Watch his face.
Long story short, we're going to
And
be
the
fed a
hands,
bizarre
watch.
scenario from the other guy. Long story short, after we get the scenario, we
See?
explain why we did it. Yeah, long story
They
short.
put that little sex thing in just so you know, your children are watching this as well, don't forget. Right, see it? Gosh, a bit flary now. I'll do it one more time just so you verify it. It's a bit flary.
We're going to be fed a bizarre scenario from the other guy. Long story short, after we get the scenario, we've explained why we did it. Yeah,
Knows exactly what he's doing.
long story short, after we get the
Luciferian, look. You see it in his face.
Long story short, after we get the scenario,
Bosh, he knows exactly what he's doing. Get ready. I'll tell you when he does the finger, but watch the face. Ready?
Long
Now going to do the finger now. There he is. He knows exactly what he's doing. Ah, you see? You've got to watch for these signs. This is what they're putting in your TV all the time. All these signs. The symbolism knows no bounds.
Like I said, if you know the Disney cartoons and all the other subliminal messages they put in there, then you know it doesn't have to be a cartoon for them to put a subliminal, whatever the word is, into your TV by being live. Do you know what I mean? Or pre-programmed. Do you know what I mean? because they know what they're doing. They're doing it all the time. Here's another one. Watch this.
Here's some more symbolism. Look, watch this. Here we go again. Watch him.
Notice the four fingers.
Right on either side. But watch him sweat it to 3, representing the pyramids, 3 sides of the pyramid, and obviously 4 representing the square. So here we go. Watch this. Watch how he cleverly does. He took his hand out of his pocket there. Look. Now he's got the 3. Look. 3 and 4.
Did you see?
Yeah. Signaling.
Did you see the finger disappear casually? Watch. It slides right up. Let's see if I can do this because I couldn't slow it down when I actually did the video. See the 4 fingers are there. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, and watch that finger slowly disappear. Watch. There we go. Do you see it? Now it's on 3. Look, 3 fingers for the pyramid, 4 fingers for the square. Do you know what I mean? And that's all that symbolism is. He knows exactly what he's doing. This is how subtle Freemasons signal to each other when they're around you. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, you know. They're doing this constantly. Just look at people's hands, yeah? And when someone come up to you, do a strange move, or you see something funny with the feet or the hands and that's just them trying to signal you to see if you're a Freemason. Do you know what I mean? They're doing that constantly, constant. Amount of times I've recorded it. See it sneak in, look? So it gives the 3, 4. Pyramid, square. Square and pyramid.
There you go again. Watch him move it in. Watch him look. He has to tuck that in.
See?
Look. He
tucked in again.
Obviously,
see, look? See that? It's unreal. Do you know what I mean? That is, look, that's blatant. Look, he brings his hand away from himself. Look.
And the camera going. Obviously, he's doing the point. There you go, look. See that?
Fucking unreal.
It's just not. Do you know what I mean? It's just
no, he takes hand away, yeah.
He tucks it in. I'll pause it this time. There you go, tucks it in, grabs his dick, obviously, and there's the 3. See? Does any of that look natural? 3 and 4. Pyramid, square. Pyramid, square. Square and compass. Square and compass just never ends, and that's all they ever do. He knows exactly what he's doing every time. Well, I'll run it one more time just so you can see where he folds that in.
Watch him.
You know exactly what he's doing. Look, there we go, look. Shows the 4 and 3 and 4.
Unreal, man.
Have a great day.
Have a great day, folks. But that's what happens all the time, you know. They're doing it over and over and over and over and over again. Do you know what I mean? Here's another one where they just give a quick, you know, I think it's a pyramid, this one, do you know what I mean? But this is the sort of things you've got to watch when you're watching telly, you know what I mean? Because they're doing all these naughty little signs to you, and they know you're profane too profane to see it, so they get away with it.
He has to do uneven hand sign, yeah? The dang pyramid. Watch it, come there, look, bang. And now look at his hands, all natural, see? As long as they get that in, there it is, look. Oops. Yeah, watch that, look, the unnatural hand sign. There it is. And then he goes back to normal, because he's already given just enough to show their brothers how great they are, the Freemasons, do you know what I mean? And in your town, in your city, all they do is plot and scheme on how to beat the profane, and that is all they do, all they do. They have meetings, do you know what I mean, in the lodge, do you know what I mean? That's all about, you know, you know, all about what we can keep on getting away with, what's possibly, what's being watched, what ain't being watched, do you know what I mean? It's what it's all about. It's just, you know, it's just damage control on their reputation, which is stinking anyway, do you know what I mean? They're dirty, mate. They're fucking dirty. They do everything behind your back. Do you know what I mean? They don't do anything out in the open. It's all about controlling you profane behind your back. Cowardly, cowards. Do you know what I mean? That's all they are. Not good. They're not good at all. If you're in the belief that these people are good, you're so profane. Unreal. Anyway, there it is one more time. Look, but as long as they get that in, they don't care.
There you go. Now again, here it is in another scenario, you know, on a different episode. So here it is again.
Here we go, look, they put his photograph in a book that he's opened, right?
And it's supposed to be a photograph of, like, for his, a book for his son, but look. Look at the hand sign they put in there. Do you know what I mean? Remember, that's put there specifically for him. Do you see what I mean? Remember, everything is scripted. Do you know what I mean? So what they get or what they show is scripted and discussed before it even gets on the show. And look, congratulations to my son. Do you know what I mean? As if he's going to do a picture like that. It's ridiculous. As long as it shows the hand signs, they always do it. Do you know what I mean? Doesn't matter what it is. That pyramid, look, always there. They never stop. And it's just an excuse to get that, you know, that pyramid up. You know, you can call it as above and below pyramids if you like, but that's what it's about all the time. It's just an opportunity to say, look at us brothers, we're powerful, we're strong. You know what I mean? Again, you'll see another. Here we go. I'll let it run. His hand's natural. Watch him. You must get the Sonic Illuminati gang sign in. Watch. Here it come. Bosh. See? Attract attention to it. Look at that. Can't beat it. Just can't beat it. Pure Masonic. See what I mean? Watch how he draws attention to it, yeah? You know what I mean? He slowly goes into it, taps his fingers, and I've got loads of videos on other people doing the same thing, because it draws the attention. Say, hello, here we are, my brothers, look at me. Watch. Look at that. Bang. See? Again, look. Gang signing. Watch. Here it comes. See? Bosh. See? Draw your attention to it. Here's my gang sign. Watch. Here it comes. What a peasant. But there you go. Again, look. Now, I found this, right? I was watching this, and there was nothing on these pillars, right? Yeah, obviously they go 3-3, so it's 33 degrees, or if you put where they put the square and compass, it made 666, right? But here we go, see what you think. I don't know if they put the thing in or they're there, or it's to do with the heat, what was blocking them, I don't know. But one clip you see nothing, and then the next clip you're getting square and compasses. I'll let you see anyway. Now, take a look at this. He's out each doing his punishment or whatever. But can you see anything between these polygons? Yeah? Alright? Nothing. Alright? Nothing at all. And all over here, look, nothing. Alright? Now watch what they've done. Whether they've done this on purpose or not, or what, I don't know. But you know what they can do with crack cameras and video now. Watch this. In the next shot, watch this. You ready? Put square and compass all the way up the bloody up the pier. So where were they in the other shot? You see what I mean? This is what they do. And then they zoom in, look, and there it is, look. Square and compass. On each and every, do you know what I mean? I just don't get it. Do you know what I mean? It's just, how has it disappeared from there and then all of a sudden it's in this shot? Do you know what I mean? And also, let's not forget the 3 columns of Freemasonry as well, because each one is 3. Look, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Subtotal 6. So you're getting 6, 6, 6 all the way down there as well. So I don't know. You tell me. You know, I'll show you enough. You know, enough symbolism on TV. But have they put that in themselves? And if you were looking at this way, look, does this not look on top of the pillar? So it's this side. So how can that one be behind and that one in front? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't look right, does it? I mean, look, here, again, it's gone to the front of the column. And these ones are going to the behind. I don't know. You know what I mean? Has that been added into the video or not? I don't know. I'm going to watch a bit more of it. But if I go back again, here we are, look. See? There's nothing on there at all. Nothing. You know what I mean? And like I said, there's nothing there. No symbolism, no nothing. But in the next shot, bang, there it is, look. You know what I mean?
All right, Sal, here we go.
666 as well. Unreal. You know what I mean? So if they edited that in on themselves, I don't know. You tell me. I just noticed stuff, that's all.
Here we go, back to the jokers again. Now watch him do the Masonic shush. Watch him, look, shush, shush. You see that? You see that? Oh, Masonic, mate. Watch him do the throat cut. See? You know what I mean?
See, he's doing the Masonic throat cut here, right? So he's doing the shush, which is Freemasonry, and then he's telling everyone their obligation, what can happen if you spill the beans, and then he gives it the shush. Watch.
Watch him do the throat cut. See? You know what I mean? Shush. Keep your mouth shut. The Masonic signage in this program is unreal.
And that is it, you know. That is how subtle they do it. You know what I mean? And that just by that little way he put his hand across his throat, and it doesn't have to be across his throat. Like I said, if you've got a baseball cap on, you grab the hat, 2 fingers above, 1 thumb below, and you go from left to right. It's the same sign. Do you know what I mean? And you know, this is all the subtle differences they do. Do you know what I mean? They're not, you know, they're not open, you know, right open like they would be in a lodge. On the streets, there's a different language they use, you know, which is undercover and secretive from the profane. And unless you're looking for it, you won't see it. Do you know what I mean? Or you'll just think, oh, it's daft or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Or he's done, you know, he's got a tick or something. Do you know what I mean? But it ain't. When he does this throat cut here, no, shush, yeah, which is a Masonic shush, yeah. And then when he does the throat cut, that's reminding everyone, yeah. Their obligation to keep silent or you get your throat cut. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it is all the time.
You know
anyway, we'll go on to the next clip. You'll have to watch them yourself. Again, this is a clip I did. This is how fast they'll put a shush within your screen, yeah? Because it's subliminal, you know what I mean? Shh, keep quiet. But I see it, do you know what I mean? Because like I said, I watch for everything on telly now. And I caught this. I don't know if you. I think I put it in a video before. I ain't too sure. But see if you can spot how fast this is.
See, so I'm going to keep pausing and starting and catch it again. Watch how fast this shush is. Watch. You ready? Here it comes after this dog. Oh, did you see it? That was there, man. I'm telling you. That's how rapid. This is called the Son of Sam. You know what I mean? But they also do like the old one eye as well in this. Obviously, because it's like. I can't find it on there. It's rapid, love it.
Right, let's go again, right? You ready? And you'll see it. I'll slow it up, you know, I'll try and get it so you can see it, you know what I mean? But the shush is there in that movement, believe it or not.
Yeah, that's how rapid. This is called the sand, you know what I mean? But they also do like the.
Oh, wait there.
After this dog, but comes after this
Get
dog.
ready, here it comes. See it?
Dog.
See it?
Dog.
I'll do it
Dog.
again. You can just get seeing it now, can't you? Look. See it? And I picked that out, look. See it? Now I'm going to show you on the next video.
Did you see it? That was there, man.
That's how rapid it is. One more time, how fast, look. Watch.
Oh, did you see it?
Now this is it there. That's the actual clip, yeah, where she's doing them. And this is the Son of Sam. You know, I think it's on Netflix again. Netflix is so famous for all the Masonic signage. But I'll show it again, and I'll run this one anyway.
There you go. The shush. Now watch how fast this shush is on telly, okay? This is another, let me just go back a bit. Ooh. Back a bit, about there. Watch how fast this shush is, because it's rapid. Get ready. See it? That was how fast that shush come through there. It's a subliminal. Do you know what I mean?
And that is it. That's what you see in them 2 clips. That's what that is. But they put it so fast on the telly, you don't see it. But that's enough. That's enough to say, shh. You know what I mean?
There you
One
go.
more time.
The shush. Now watch how fast this shush is on telly, okay? This is another, let me just go back a bit. Ooh. Back a bit, about there. Watch how fast this shush is, because it's rapid. Get ready. See it? That was how fast that shush come through.
Impossible, isn't it? But like I said, it's not just in programs like Son of Sam, it's in everything. This is Holmes and Watson, you know, with I can't remember his name, but again, look, he's got the white Masonic gloves on. The signage within that, even Holmes and Watson, is unreal. I think I've posted it in my forum again. you know. But look, you know, this is what they're saying, because they're saying, brothers, shh, keep quiet, shh, we don't want the profane to learn our sign language. Do you know what I mean? What's this? Oh yeah, I thought this was a good idea, innit? They wouldn't adopt that in the UK though, because the water companies are ripping everyone off all the time anyway. Do you know what I mean? But they wouldn't do that because, you know, obviously the water, yeah, would be used less for the water company. They you know, these on a water meter, so it ain't going to happen in the UK anyway. But I thought it was quite a good idea. Anyway, moving along. Now here's the prayer. Look, O God, thou God of thou grand architect of the universe, yeah, the Gautu, yeah, grand prince and ruler of the world. So who's the grand prince and ruler of the world? So if there's a prince, that means there's got to be a king or a queen, which we know they do in the Masonic Lodge anyway, right? Right, first and only, right, so grand prince and ruler of the world, first and only cause of all existence, and thy word the pillars of the sky were raised, and its beauteous arches formed. Thy breath kindled the stars, adorned the moon with its silver rays, and gave to the sun its resplendent lustre. We are assembled in thy great name to acknowledge thy wisdom and thy goodness, and to implore thy blessing. To this great end we hope we beseech thee to bless us in all our undertakings through life. Endure us with a competency, I don't know what that word means, of thy most holy spirit, that we may be enabled to trace thee out in all thy wonderful works, so far as it is agreeable to thy divine will. Sorry, got me to forget. That thy praise may resound with the fervent love of thy creatures from pole to pole, and rebound from the vaulted canopy of heaven. Through universal nature, grant this, O God. Smib. So nonce it be. Oh no, smib. So mote it be. Anyway, so who is the Grand Prince? Now we know there's a blood royal prince, yeah, because I've shown you the paperwork on it, do you know what I mean, in previous videos, that they have a royal blood prince, yeah, what can control a lodge, do you know what I mean, when they're visiting, yeah. We know us, you know, lords, dukes and earls and the kings are all, you know, blah blah, and they'll never come out of power because all these people are there protecting them, do you know what I mean? That's what Freemasons do, they protect the elite, do you know what I mean? And so we never, and if there is a threat towards that elite status or stature, then that's where Freemasonry will shut it down, do you know what I mean? Anyway, the next prayer, again, if you go here, Almighty God, architect of this stupendous universe, who has filled the immensity of space with innumerable systems of worlds, and has enlightened each by its central sun, right, and attendant moons. I don't know what that means. Central sun and attendant moons. Yeah, attendant, I don't know. Moons. Yon glorious and amazing phenomena which beautify and adorn the celestial sphere, right? The celestial sphere, right? Yeah. Now, you know what a sphere is. Again, I'm not getting into any of that malarkey. I'll just keep reading. Celestial sphere, right? For the heavens declare thy glory, and the firmament sheweth thy handiwork, right? Because obviously they know about the firmament and they think, oh, I ain't getting into that neither. Those who has often declared that thine sacred name is placed, right? There will thine eye be also. So it's a one-eyed monster, yeah, because it ain't got two eyes already. That's why you always see one eye. Do you know what I mean? There will be thine eye, yeah. Inspire, we beseech thee, us thy unworthy servants, with thy preventive grace, that we may be careful not to transgress thy sacred laws, and may we put our whole trust and confidence in thy almighty power and protection. Grant us that peace which the world cannot give. Why can't the world give us peace? Because you keep living at chaos. Because they give us the chaos. Do you know what I mean? In every town and city, they're responsible for the chaos, they keep making people poor. Do you know what I mean? And that's them. They're the ones who are control, and you need to take it off them. But like I said, when you start taking power away from people, they fight. You know what I mean? And that's what you're going to end up with. And forgive us our offences as we forgive those who offend us. Snib. So nonce it be. I mean smib. So mote it be. And then it goes on. You know, it's the Royal Archmasons. This is. So you know, again. So who is the prince? Do you know what I mean? That's my first question. And who's above the prince? Well, the only prince I know who got thrown from heaven, you know what I mean, was Lucifer, isn't it? Or the devil, or whatever you want to do. So the grand prince is Lucifer. Is that who they're praying to here? I don't know. You tell me. Do you know what I mean? I haven't got a clue. You know, and what was the other one? You know, the sphere. Do you know what I mean? The sphere. And what was the other one? The firmament. You know what I mean? But again, work out yourself. I don't know. I don't profane to know neither. Again, this is what they do. This is why Freemasons keep shh. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to go too far in the book, but with the secret signage, yeah, you've got like with the left hand touches candidate's right hand, and here on with left hand. Do you know what I mean? And you just got to work out them little bits there. But this is basically there. I'll pause it and then you can read it or whatever. But this is why they keep shh, because they don't want to become a willful perjured individual. Do you know what I mean? Because they know they're in trouble, serious trouble. Do you know what I mean? This is why Freemasons don't speak out.
And this is why, yeah, Masons don't speak out. Because they'd be perjured individual. You know what I mean? They'd be a willfully perjured individual. And this is what they do to the profane people. You know, any business that's a threat to them, any threat to their society, they'll make that person a willfully perjured individual, just like me. You know what I mean?
Right, so if I just hold that there, I'll pause that there for a little bit. Okay, so then you can just obviously stop it and read it at your own leisure. And like I said, just got to work out, you know, left hand touches candidate's right hand, with left hand touches, you know what I mean, work it out. But if you search it up, VSL, you'll find out what it is, you know what I mean. Do your own research. Like I said, don't believe me, do you know what I mean. And always hail, which is hail and conceal, do you know what I mean, and never reveal the parts or points of the secrets and mysteries of or belonging to free and accepted Masons, do you know what I mean. And that's what it is, and that's why they don't reveal it, because they will be made a willfully perjured individual, do you know what I mean. And that's what it's all about. I'll pause it there. You know, obviously if you look underneath here, there is, you know, there's a different code to that, but it's been changed. It changes all the time, you know, they're always changing it and improving it, all these little points, do you know what I mean. So yeah, that's what it's about. But it's, they want none of this. Look, but the thing is, look, here we go again. Look, where I say they're on a different word, right? Or figures may become legible. Look, so this is what they do, you know. This is what I'm on about. They do hidden, obviously secret hands and so, but they also do secret signs within letters, you know, like to judges and all that sort of stuff, you know. You've got to watch for it within your paperwork, trust me. But finding it is like a near-on possibility if you don't know how to read it. Do you see what I mean? Look, whereby or whereon any letter, character or figure, or at least trace of a letter, character or figure may become legible or intelligible to myself or anyone or in the world, so that our secret arts and hidden mysteries may improperly be known through my unworthiness. These several points I solemnly swear to observe, and obviously blah blah blah. But that's what they have. They have all these secret signs and you know, messages all around you all the time. Do you know what I mean? And if you're not like I said, if you're not knowledgeable and you ain't got the domWis, you ain't gonna see it. Again, look, Killy Jeffrey, Britain Matt exposes HJ Stephen Wildblood. Yeah. Again, surprise, surprise. Yeah. Freemasonry. Do you know what I mean? And that's it. And once you find out what's behind it, look, no child should suffer at the hands of Freemasonry and fraud, because that's what's running your courts. Do you know what I mean? That's what's running your you know, your grand juries, your social services courts, and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? Public courts, your magistrates are Freemasons, but they're dealing out when you go to court. The Freemason magistrate, who's the shop owner, who's been in your town for centuries and decades and been passed down for years and years, they just give that job to them and pass themselves to them. So when a brother does go to court, he gets a slight, you know, misdemeanor, you know, he'll get a silly little fine, do you know what I mean? Because a Masonic brother is the magistrate, but he's given a sign, no one else is seeing it, no one's actually deeming or watching these people anyway. Who's watching Freemasonry? No one. Do you see what I mean? And that's the trouble. There's no surveys being done, you know, or anything. Do you know what I mean? Because you get the court papers. I'd love to do it and just go through the court papers and see who got what. Do you know what I mean? Are you a Freemason? Let's see what you got and what you didn't get. And you'll see every Freemason has been let off. Do you know what I mean? And got, you know, you won't see a bailiff at a Freemason's door. You know what I mean? You won't see Freemasons stacking shelves at Tesco's and all the rest of it. That's a fallacy. If you think that, you're profane. But this is another vomit here, a victim of Masonic ill treatment. And the people are waking up to it. And you need to wake up to it fast. And here they go, look, the symbolism is everywhere. You know, obviously I put a lot of stuff off where we see it on the posts, but this eye here isn't a symbol for the gene mate, it's a reminder to the Freemasons that our eyes are everywhere. We're watching you, do you know what I mean? And that's what that is, you know, all of this, you know, it goes on and on and on. Again, look, the lodge is a symbol of the world. Its shape, the oblong square, in the ancient concept of the shape of the world. The apprentice is taught its dimensions, its covering, its furniture, its lights, its jewels, and will learn more of it as a symbol as he processes through the degrees, you see. And that's the thing, see, he learns everything. Like I said, you have to learn where everything is placed. Do you know what I mean? Precisely, because if you don't, then they know you're profane. Not just that, you've got to learn the words, you know, how to enter the lodge, you know, where's the key to the lodge? Well, that's in a paving stone a few slabs away, buried, and, you know, all that sort of malarkey, do you know what I mean? But also you'll have your paperwork as well, so it's very, you know, you can't get into a lodge unless you really learn, and I mean study, do you know what I mean? It takes them years to do it, do you know what I mean? Unless you've got money, and then you can sort of progress pretty quick. But this is what they do, you know, the lights, the jewels, some are removable, some in, you've got to learn all of that. And like I said, while they're learning this, you know, as Lewis's, you know, young men, or if they're in the family of it, then they learn it as a child, do you know what I mean, as second nature. They don't give a fuck about the education your child's getting through, so long as they get their education of seeing the symbolism within the world that gets them through. Do you know what I mean? When they need help, or a distress, or need some money, here. And the money's passed around freely because they've loaded, they got all the money, do you know what I mean? You try and get in a pub, right, and you do a funny dance and put a hanky on your shoulder, which is what they do, they get money like that, do you know what I mean? But you try doing it as a profane person, no one's going to give you money, or they're going to want the money back. Freemasonry do, because they got all the money, because they own all the businesses within your town and city anyway, so any money they get is all free. Anyway, although a symbol of the world, the lodge is a world unto itself. Do you see what I'm saying? They tell you themselves. They're a world unto themselves. They've got their own laws, their own, you know, they've got their own passports, everything. A world within a world, see? And that's what that is. They're a world within our world, do you know what I mean? And when they're in their world at the lodge, do you know what I mean, in their army barracks or gang hut, when they come out here, they rule this world, do you know what I mean? They do it beyond your back. They just don't wear their aprons out in the open. But anyway, a world within a world, different in its customs, its laws, and its structure from the world without. Do you see what I mean? The world without is completely oblivious to what they do. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. See, there's two worlds, yeah. And like I said, there's two types of people on this planet. There's Freemasons and there's profane people, and that's all there is. Forget all the rest of 322, Skull and Bones, Demole, Bohemian Grove and all that crap. It's all Freemasonry anyway. Shriners of Freemasonry, you know, Royal Order of the Buffaloes, all Freemasons. It's all crap, do you know what I mean? They want all these different pieces so you've got something to point your finger at. Oh, it's the Jesuits, it's the, you know what I mean? It's not, it's just all Freemasonry. That's good and bad, you can say, good and bad. But at the end of the day, no Freemason is going to help a profane person. Do you know what I mean? Good or bad. Do you know what I mean? Because you are literally against them. You know what I mean? Because they've got their brothers. You know what I mean? We back up our brothers. We give them that you are nothing to these people. If you think you are, you're a bloody profane, and that's what they rely on. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, they're a world within a world. Do you know what I mean? Because they think they, do you know what I mean? They're nothing to do with us. Believe it. We're nothing to them. Different in its custom, its laws, its structure of the world without. In the world without are class distinctions, wealth, power, poverty, and misery. Right? So when they're out in the world, like I said, that's what they think when they come out of the lodge. Do you know what I mean? But in the lodge, all are on the level, and peace and harmony prevail. Do you see what I mean? You know, and that's what they're, but they know that. But they're the ones that cause the chaos outside. Do you know what I mean? The wealth, the power, and the poverty and the misery. They're the ones that create it. You know what I mean? In every town city, because they run it all. Do you know what I mean? And they could, they've got all the wealth anyway, like I said. But they're greedy. You know what I mean? Self-centered and won't share nothing. Oh, they'll give to charity there and whatever, but still not. It's only their charity to their people who are hard-shipped. You know what I mean? And that's few and far between. Believe me. Do you know what I mean? But the point of the matter is, they got all the millionaires and all the the millionaires and billionaires and whatever else. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we're nothing to them. Do you know what I mean? We're just the workers, and they want to keep us, under their jackboots, so we always continually work for them, right? In the lodge, all are on the level, and peace and harmony prevail. In the world without, most laws are thou shalt not, and enforced by penalties, but the penalties are enforced by Freemasons. Do you know what I mean? Everything is enforced by Freemasonry. Do you know what I mean? Thou shalt not. Do you know what I mean? In the lodge, the laws are mostly thou shalt. Do you see what I mean? Thou shalt. Because they think they're gods, and that thou shalt comes when they come out of the lodge. That's what they still believe. Thou shalt do whatever they friggin' want to any profane person, as long as we keep covering for the brother. Fuck the profane. You know what I mean? And compulsion is seldom thought of, and as rarely invoked. Freemasons obey their laws not so much because they must, as because they will. In the world without, men are divided by 1,000 influences. Do you see what I mean? And that's the influences. Do you see what I mean? Because they make the influences, race, business, religion, belief, and politics. They make it because they are the politics. You go look at any party and see how many Freemasons are mingled within that party. That party is just a Freemason party, and that's a Freemason party. They just stuck a different name on it. But they're the ones that make it. So long as you're pointing fingers and you're distracted by all these different things they make up, they're happy with that. Do you know what I mean? It's, and once you get beyond that and you realise what they're doing, race don't matter, businesses don't matter, religion don't matter. None of it matters because they run it all. Do you know what I mean? And they're the ones that keep the chaos going for us. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying, when I say it's unimportant, what I'm saying is that it's not important because the Freemasons are doing it all. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of what it is. The businesses, right? Show me a business anywhere in any town or city that ain't run or influenced by Freemasonry. Because they own you own a business, and it's regardless of what it is, they own the lease to that. Do you know what I mean? So you're only running it or getting ownership of that lease because they deem you to fit to have that. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And like I said, it's always the case of you buy your house. They're always looking for ways to take your house off you, keep you in debt. Do you know what I mean? All this sort of stuff, all to do with Freemasonry, because it keeps that, like I said, it keeps you on the lower levels and it keeps you working for them. In the lodge, men are united in the common bond of 3 fundamental beliefs: the fatherhood of God, the brotherhood of man, and the immortality of the soul, and all the sweet associations which spring therefrom. In the world without, men travel many roads to many goals. In the lodge, the initiate does as all others who have gone his way before him, and all, youngest entered apprentice and oldest past masters, travel a common way to the end which is the same for all. And the thing is, right, that's what they're on. They're on a path, a completely different path. Every Freemason, Lewis's, the sons, the brothers, the sisters, whatever, they're all on a different goal to you profane people, because they're taught all this from word go. Do Do you know what I mean? And they're, like I said, they're a different society to us. That's like, you know, they're like alien. You know, it's aliens. Do you know what I mean? Because they are alien to us. We're alien to them, basically. Do you know what I mean? Because we're not brothers. We're nothing to do with it. We're the hated profane. Do you know what I mean? And that's the way they call us, the Cowans, the eavesdroppers. Do you know what I mean? That's how they look at us. We're separate from them. We're nothing. If you believe you're something to a Freemason, you are so profane. You're unreal. But anyway, there it is. You can read that at your own leisure. I mean, look, they even do little paper clips. Do you know what I mean? Do you think they got all these different things? They do cups, saucers, candles. You know, all of this. You think they got all that for nothing? They got no money for all this? Of course they have. And here's the post that got deleted where I said, you know, I see a hotel again. This is actually near the Masonic Lodge. You know what I mean? I love going to the Masonic Lodge because I match the cars that follow me to the Masonic Lodge. Do you know what I mean? And then that allows me to know what chapters do. Well, but anyway, that's another story. You know what I mean? But I think they're so smart. They do, honestly. Freemasons. Oh, baby. Anyway, this is me taking another picture of, again, this is the pedo signs you can see, which are all Freemason again. Do you know what I mean? These are Masonic signs because it's in their buildings. Do you know what I mean? And they go, oh, we're not paedophiles, but we use the symbolism of paedophiles. We've been doing it for years and years and years and decades and centuries. But anyway, here we go. I've just noticed something here. Look, you see the square that's on this hotel, right? Yeah, all right. Anyway, and then obviously you've got the pyramids, you know, and all that malarkey. But if you count the windows, there's 5 windows here, right? Yeah. And with the 5 windows, the one here, which is central, yeah, what do you see? I don't even know if I'm on it. I can't bloody see the bloody camera. It's too sunny. But if I'm on it, and I'm going to check it when I later, can you see the swirl? We all know what the swirl is. And obviously the pattern is 2, 3, 2, look, on the curtains. Dodgy or what? I don't know. You tell me. Do you know what I mean? Well, that's the centre picture. Obviously, I see Masonic colours as well. And there you go. You know what I mean? Square and compass with the pedo squirrels in the window. Not saying that's anything to do. It might be totally innocent. Do you know what I mean? But I always question stuff like that. And then again, look, if you've got the see, they built great yards. You know what I mean? They own all the guest houses because they're hoteliers. Do you know what I mean? You know, Freemasons. You know, on the square. Blah blah blah. Look, and this is why you've got the other. Again, if you just come here to the other side of the road, look, see the swirl? I don't know if I can see that. Yeah, there's the bottom window. Yeah, you can see that. And there's the swirl there. Look, you see the same square because they're Freemason signs. Do you know what I mean? That's all they are. They're Freemason signs. And then again, bottom window. And by the way,
you've got the other. Again,
just on this side here,
the other side of the road.
Again, look, if you count it, look, 6, 6, 6, and they always make the 3, which makes the 9. Do you see what I mean? If you don't, well, it's a bit hard to understand, I know, but it's 6, 6, 6, and then you get the extra 3, what makes the 9. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit hard to explain. Do you know what I mean? But the favourite number is 9. Do you know what I mean? So the 3 makes the 3, what makes the 9. It's a bit hard to explain, but that's what symbolism is. But again, like I said, I'm not saying that any paedophiles live in the hotel or in here, but I notice things, you know, when there's centralisation of stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not saying paedophiles actually live in these fucking houses, but I'm just saying it's possible. These are the sort of things you've got to, you know, you've got to notice, you know, because that's what Freemasons do. They put these little signs up. You know, they're so subtle, and if you don't understand it, I mean, what do we know of this sign here on this place here? You know what I mean? There it is. There, we know what it means. You know what I mean? But what does it mean with the numbers? Do you know what I mean? The exact numbers of how many's there, you know, and all that malarkey. And if you don't know it, like I said, it's just like reading Braille. You ain't gonna know anything, you know. And that's what it's about. I call it 666, right? Which is the Lucifer, and then the 3 makes up the number, which makes the 9. Do you see what I mean? But that's me interpreting. It might not be. It's what I mean. It could be totally off or totally wrong. But you've also got there that 777. Do you know what I mean? Then all the number game. But I don't know the number game. I don't understand it, and I don't profess to understand it. Do you know what I mean? but I know that's a pedo sign, and I know that Freemasons built that. Do you know what I mean? And Freemasons own that. You know, that's their symbolism. Do you see what I mean? And they've used it for decades. You know, as we know. You know. But that's it. Yeah, let me carry it on. Because they're Freemason signs. Do you know what I mean? That's all they are. They're Freemason signs. And then again, look, all the balconies. I don't know if I'm getting it in right there the wrong way, right? There, look, and all the balconies are square and compass, look. You see? That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Because Freemasons run the towns, they run your cities. They're the ones that originally, you know, the strong families, the strong clans, or whatever you want to call it, that settled first. Do you know what I mean? Only strong people settle, only strong people survive and live. Do you know what I mean? After wars and battles and all the rest of it. And like I said, they settled here. You know, when it started as a village, Great Yarmouth, that was Freemasons that settled it. Do you know what I mean? Then they built it, blah, 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 you know, and it goes on from that. But that's in every town and city around the world, do you know what I mean? But if you look, like I said, if you look hard enough at, you know, anywhere you go, it doesn't matter, in the world, you'll see Freemasonry all over it. Do you know what I mean? Because they're your rulers, they own you. Do you know what I mean? And that's how it is. You know, I've shown you, I've got the double squirrels up here, look, you know what I mean? But we don't need to go into that. But the point of the matter is, everything you see built, especially the old stuff, they put their Masonic mark on it, you know what I mean? Even them I've shown you again, these here, these little squirrels on the gate here, yeah, you see them? They're Masonic there. Them little squirrels, they're Freemasons. Because like I showed you before, when you get up close to them, they show the square and compass. Do you know what I mean? When you get eye level with them, Freemasons know this. You know. Again, look, you've got diamonds on this here, which is the one with the square and compass. All the rails, look, they've got diamonds in them. You know what I mean? And then obviously 2 diamonds we know make square and compass. Blah blah blah. And you can go on and on and on. But yeah. I thought I'd just have a little video today. But that's what it is, isn't it? All the time, you know. Just pure Masonic. You know. Anyway, have a great day, folks. I think that'll do. You know, go on and on all day about Freemasons. You know that, baby. You know that. There we go. When is enough actually enough? Great post. And this is the thing, look at the profits, yeah? BT owned by Freemasonry, energy companies owned by Freemasonry, supermarkets owned by Freemasonry, MPs, all Freemasons, do you know what I mean? That's why they get a pay rise. They're taking the piss and it's beyond the point of needing to make a stand, do you know what I mean? Because they can and they have got the money. You know, you burn a, what's that called, Notre Dame down, all them billionaires putting their money into rebuilding that, do you know what I mean? Any other crisis, don't matter what it is, whether that's a tsunami or whatever, where are they? They're nowhere in sight. Do you see what I mean? And that's what it is all the time, you know. Look at Band-Aid. Who did they rely on with Band-Aid? You, the Profane. Do you see what I mean? But it's also a distraction. I don't want to get into that neither. But that's the point of it. Do you know what I mean? Where are all these billionaires that could have put into Band-Aid? Do you know what I mean? And really done. Well, they won't. Of course they won't. You know, you can only spend so much money, can't you? I mean, seriously. I'm happy with a £100 a month, you know what I mean? I'm good with that, you know, as long as I've got my petrol and, well, that's all I buy really, petrol, isn't it? You know what I mean? For my car and whatever. That's me good, you know. But if I didn't have that, then like I said, I'm happy to walk about, you know, I did, you know, on a van, but you know, that's what it's about. You know, being content with what you got in life, and I am content, you know, with what I've got in life. You know, I'm not reliant on money. I didn't have to go down to the betting office to put a bet on and sell heroin for it. Do you know what I mean? Shit like that. You know, I haven't got to sell heroin or crack or you know, cocaine because I want to buy a brand new car or get a house or whatever. Do you know what I mean? I don't need to do that. Unlike some people who thinks, you know, because they've done that all their life, they've accomplished something. Do you know what I mean? But they haven't. Anyway, that's another story getting in there. Now this is a secret camera in a Masonic lodge with worshipful masters. Yeah, And this is where they get the new initiate. He was the entered apprentice. And this is love thy brothers, love thy gay brothers. This is, anyway, have a look. Right, this is some Freemasons that got caught in a Masonic lodge practicing their rituals. Look, they caught them. You know what I mean? And they got the entered apprentice. Look. You know what I mean? Here they go. You know what I mean? They're now initiating him into the Masonic lodge. You know what I mean? See, this is a secret camera within the lodge that picked them up. The worshipful masters. This ritual is called Love Your Brother. See? There you can see the aprons they're wearing. You know what I mean? Look, see the aprons? You know what I mean? There you go. There's some worshipful masters initiating an entered apprentice into the lodge. You know what I mean? And there we go. They use two-way mirrors. That's how they blackmail everyone to keep shush. Shh. Anyway, there we go. There he is, the Grand Master. He's got his eye on you. You know what I mean? Remember, the Grand Master and every Mason within every town and city has their eye on the Profane. You know what I mean? There you go. He's just been raised up. And there you go. Anyway, there's some Masonic brothers doing a dance. They're caught out in the lodge. They do this in the lodge. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, have a great day, folks. There you go. Their end of the lesson. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how long I've been gone for, but that just goes to show, you know, plenty of shush up, plenty of gang signs within your TV, you know, plenty of symbolism, you know, that shouldn't be there, you know, like cock gragman or sticking the fingers up, and you'll see it all the time. You just got to look for it. You know what I mean? In any TV program. Again, I proved that they're a gang and an army, which they are. You know what I mean? I've proved that again. I don't know who the Grand Prince is. Who is the Grand Prince and ruler of the world? Hey? You know what I mean? Does that sound like a god? The Gao-Tu? You know what I mean? It sounds like Lucifer, doesn't it? The Grand Prince and ruler of the world. You know what I mean? That's what that sounds like to me. Oh God, thou art Grand Architect of the universe, Grand Prince and ruler of the world. I don't know. You work it out for yourself, guys. Anyway, have a great day, and I hope this one will survive. See you all later. Oh yeah, don't forget, download my videos. Do you know what I mean? We must download my videos. This is some of the, like I said, remember they're an army. So I've got so many books on these people. It's just done. Here's a grand encampment of the Knights Templar. Look. Let's see if it'll flick up. If not, I'm going to have to shut it down and go again. No, go again. Look. Bosh. And yeah, the grand encampment. Look. See what I mean? And they go on and on. This in, you know, these people ain't writing these books for nothing. Do you know what I mean? You know. Boston encampment, St John's encampment. These are all different, you know, encampments within your towns, within your cities. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And they ain't saying it for nothing. And they've been around. Look, 1859. You know, these encampments are, because like I said, when a war breaks out, it's a Masonic war. You know what I mean? And it always has been, always will be. You know what I mean? Look, records should be published for the general good of the order. Do you know what I mean? That's all it is, you know, they're just an army, and it goes on and on and on. You know, I could post this stuff all day long, you know. The Grand Encampment, Manual of the Knights of the Order of the Pythus. You know, so all that. The amount of books I've got this. What's this one? Order of the Temple, look. Order of the Temple. See, look. And that's what that is, look. It's all to do with heraldry, look. The shields and the plaques, you know, they call it banners, you know. So when a war breaks out, it's to do with it, you know, you know, I forgot the bloody words again. But anyway, that's what it is, you know. See, look, they've got adepts. That's another word they use. You know what I mean? What I mean, there's all different levels and, you know, situations where you can go, but to do with it all, yeah, is that they're all the same level, regardless of what it is. Do you know what I mean? You know, power of the Magi and to deliver his companions. You know, but that's what Moses led out of Egypt, a nation, and this is what, you know, I've shown that in previous videos, of Freemasons. Do you know what I mean? You know, a nation of Freemasons, and then they, you know, they went off their own way, didn't they? And that's where it all, you know, that's what they believe. That's got nothing to do with me. That's what they say. You know, madness, absolute madness. Freemasonry is. Knights of the Golden Circle. Look. I should have posted this. Look, Knights of the Treason History, Sons of Liberty. Now, what's this? I'll have to put this into another one. I don't know. Is it facts now? And we did this last time on one of my videos, so I'm going to let go this through. Wait, yeah. Rituals and secret work, never before published. All the Sons of Liberty and address the Grand Commander. See, he's a commando. See? See, again, look, see the Indiana War, Volume 1, what are called the secrets of the order. Its oaths, signs and passwords were all discovered as fast as they were changed, but no discovery of the schemes or real intentions of the order was made public until learned by Stigger and revealed at the trial of Dodd and his associates. Do you know what I mean? This is all about, this is what I mean, they prove it every time that it's Masonic wars. Do you know what I mean? And nothing to do, you know, Order of American Knights. Do you know what I mean? It's just, goes on and on. Do you know what I mean? It's just Masonic wars. Every war is to do with Freemasonry, and that is it. You know, whether it's to, you know, distraction and all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? Who knows? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Look, General Carrington and Governor Oliver. Do you know what I mean? They rule it all. They go to war. You don't go to war because I say go to war, or because your town mayor say go to war. No, you go to war because the people that are sitting in where they, well, not even near the front line, they make you go to war because it's a distraction. Do you know what I mean? War records. Look, this is all to do. This is what I'm saying. See, but again, I can't go through it all. You know, I suppose that's figure 1. Seemingly harmless portrait or handballist shows the same open and it's arranged an alarm clock and a bell removed at a given time when it springs the lock of a gun. See, hammer which is straight and explode a cap placed upon the tube filled in the power. See what I mean? They're assassination devices. What Freemasonry make. Do you know what I mean? You know, go on and on. You know, I mean, I'll just like flicking through this, but again, apprenticeship with the carpenter and builders. I suppose he's why is, I don't know who's betrayed who on here, but a general's office. Look, do you know what I mean? Sons of Liberty. Do you know what I mean? Again, Sons of Liberty, Order of Sons of Liberty, just Freemasons. That's all it is. They can call themselves whatever they want. You know what I mean? It's all to do with Freemasonry. Do you know what I mean? I'll scroll down a bit fast. See what's that? I'll see any pictures. We'll have a look. Look, ranking Major General, Son of Liberty, State of Indonesia, a treasonable organisation in the north during the Civil War. Do you see what I'm saying? So again, it backs up that all wars, including civil, like the American and the Southern War, was to do with Freemasonry. That ranking Major General, who was a Sons of Liberty, State of India, a treasonable organisation in the north during the Civil War. Do you see what I mean? So it was a Masonic war. So when they tell you the North and South were fighting over slavery, total shite. Well, it wasn't total shite really, but you know what I mean. But it's all to do with Freemasonry. You know, the greedy ones outdoing the other one. You know what I mean? There's always you know, a reason for it, and I'm not pretending I know what the reason for, but if you do the research and look at who's or what right, do you know what I mean? Here's another one, that Kentucky Grand Commander for the state of Kentucky Sons of Liberty. See what I mean? They're all Freemasons that ran the war. Do you know what I mean? The same. It doesn't matter what war it is. Like I said, the German World War. You know what I mean? All of that. Freemason. Hitler, Freemason, but he just knew how to take the power away from them. Do you know what I mean? Deputy Grand Commander, look, in the north. You know what I mean? And it goes on and on and on. That this book's, you know, and it tells you who's who and what's what. You know. This is obviously the South talking about the people in the North, isn't it? Treasonable organisation, but the North won, didn't they? Do you know what I mean? So the Southern Freemasons didn't like the Northern Freemasons, and that's all it's about, and it's always to do Freemason Masonic wars. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I can kick it, you know. I mean, I can't, you know. Like I said, their books are so vast, yeah. You just don't know. You know, look, Halleck, Chiefs of Staff, Washington, D.G. Do you know what I mean? The history of exposure of the conspiracy would be incomplete without the insertion of the following letter. So there's a conspiracy there, Freemasonry involved as per usual, do you know what I mean? But it's all shh, because it's gone past now. This is what they rely on, do you know what I mean? Yeah, and that's what happens. They just hide up the truth, do you know what I mean? In these states, that mainly being saved from the horrors of civil war in these states. The Civil War was all to do with Freemasonry, you know. Crazy, crazy. You know what I mean? Let's go through. If you want to read some, just pause it. You know what I mean? Like I said, Freemasonry is just so vast and so, you know, initial letters used in the rituals. Oh yeah, see, look, this is the letters they use, yeah. Oh, if I just bring it up a bit. Oh, please don't go too quick, go. Oh, I'll go like that, I'll do them. See, look, Warden of the Outer Court, this is like the initials of what they use, you know what I mean? Excellent Knight, you know what I mean? Grand Council, you know what I mean? This is what they use, Knights Commander of the Conclave, you know what I mean? In the Temple of the Order, third degree or second concave degree, most excellent Knight Order of Sons of Liberty. Do you see what I mean? And people have to remember all these titles as well, do you know what I mean? But I suppose this is interesting. We're serious. Is this actually given, is it or not? Yeah, this is actually the ritual, isn't it? Reflection, the government organising 13 states to the North America when they has severely and unitedly renounced their allegiance to the government of Great Britain and dissolved their former colony relations. We regard as the wisest and best of that the nature of the character of the people inhabiting the continent of North America at the present day. You know what I mean? And like I said, just read their history books, and that gives you everything you need to know about what they're up to and what they think. Do you know what I mean? But that's what it's all about, isn't it? They just, you know, they're just involved with everything, but they don't give you none of the history. Do you know what I mean? Who cometh strangers advance, declare thy way and purpose. I come with S&L from our worthy AB in the west. Who command us to the journey due east to the GS for the light of the instruction, charging us to follow the straight path. We had not journeyed far when we lost our way, but the worthy FGN did hail us as we passed his post and turned our faces hitherward. Wilt thou show us our path? And then this is the ritual. This is how they do it, and this is what they do. You know what I mean? See, look, the instructions in the signs that say, see page 184. So let's go 184. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, 184. Let's have a look. See what it says. 184. Am I doing this right? I don't know. We'll see though, won't we? 184. Oh, there's 83. No, it might be down a bit, do you reckon? Also, yeah, here it is. Yeah, there's some of it here. Look. Right, hand. Look, there it is. Look, yeah. See, look, this is it. Here, look, the grips, the signs, the password. It's there. These have never been published. Yeah, all that was to arrange that. I'll keep the video going. I know you guys like me like to know some of this. You know what I mean? I've got so many of this. You know, I know off by heart some of it. Right, The order was so arranged that one taken the near foot or vestibule degree knew nothing of the real intentions of the order further than what the instructions in that degree alone gave him. In the large towns and cities, the members of that degree would meet as general political clubs, yeah? They would be bound by the obligation of the Order of Sons of Liberty, but knew nothing further of the organisation than that degree. For the obligations, declaration, principles, etc., see Ritual of the Order set in the appendix, yeah? There are, in the unwritten work, signed grips, colloques and passwords used in recognition testing of members as follow. A member of the Nephiite degree, on meeting a stranger whom he supposes to be a member of the order, would test him with the signs of degree thus: standing erect on both feet, placing the heel of the left right foot in the hollow of the left. This is Freemasonry anyway, this is what they do. And you'll see it when I did it in the church, you know, in my church video. With the right hand, the right hand under the left arm, bringing the left hand under the right arm, thus folding the arms, which is the daggers, yeah? This is what they do. When you see movie stars and TV stars folding their arms, yeah, look for the feet, do you know what I mean? Because that's what they're doing. And placing the four fingers of the left hand over the right arm. The stranger or person addressing, if a member of the order, will take the same position. That is as far as you go in public. See? That is as far as you go in public. But it's enough, because obviously they can go somewhere and then they test each other, you know what I mean? See that? Oh yeah, say that anyway, yeah. I'm saying what I'm saying anyway, see? You both then retire to some place where you will not be observed and continue the test. You know what I mean? Because they'll be doing funny little stances and all that. Like I said, you know, in past videos, you get a clay coin, make one out, you know, just mould a little clay coin together. And then you see a group of men on a table, you throw it on the table and walk out. Any Freemason on that table will meet you outside. You know what I mean? But it'll test you before anything else. But at least you'll be able to tell who's a Freemason or who was a Freemason on that table. Right. You advance your right foot and he will advance his right foot to meet yours. The feet partly passing each other. The two then take an ordinary grip with the right hand, at the same time placing their left hand on the right breast. If you find him incorrect, you stop. If you find him correct, you proceed with the following colloquy, which is given in the alternate. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. They're testing each other all the time, so they know you're not Mason. Like I said, in the dark, pitch black, they can distinguish themselves from anyone. Each of you. First, the password of the order for that degree, which is Calhoun, symbolised and spelled backwards thus. See what I mean? This is the trouble. See, they, like when I say domWis with wisdom, they see what I mean. They split it in half their words and then swap them round. Do you see what I mean? So if he begin, I would begin NU. You've got to remember this. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be NU. He reply OH. I continue LAC. And you've got to know that order. Do you know what I mean? And that's what this is the same as Boaz. Yeah, Boaz starts with an A, B-O-A-Z. You know what I mean? But they never spell it. They never go Boaz. They always spell it or half it. Do you know what I mean? So it'd be A-B-O-A-Z. Do you know what I mean? Or half it. They'll go A-bo, and then they'll go as. But they do simple things like, can you tie a bow? And then the reply to that is as well as any man can, you see. So that's how they trick you, whether you're a Freemason or not. Do you know what I mean? So that's what it is. And then this is the sort of stuff you've got to learn off by, and I'm talking about every ritual all the way through Freemasonry. You've got to learn these for word. It's about 7,000 words, I think, total that you need to work, you know, memorise and imprint in your head, you know what I mean? But I look for the stances, you know, like the stance they just did. I'll look for that, you know what I mean? And I'll mimic it as well. Because I want to spot them in the street, do you know what I mean? And I do, and I've seen it. That's another story. I won't get into that. Anyway, he would then say S. I would answer L, right? See what I mean? Where the trick is. When he would say, give me liberty, and I would reply, or give me death, then you would give one shake of the hand. In this Nifridry, there is also a signal of distress. This is given by placing the left hand on the right breast, right, and raising the right hand and arm to full height, right, one time. If it is in daytime, if at night, when that could not be seen, you to give the night signal of distress by calling out the word Okun 3 times thus. Okon, Okon, Okon. You wait a moment, and if you receive no reply or assistance, you call again Okum 3 times as before, and continue this signal until you obtain assistance. You see what I mean? Where can a profane person get the same sort of assistance? Do you see what I mean? This is what every Freemason has. So when they give the Grand Halen sign, and like I said, they do it by, you know, hand signals or leg signals. If they can't do that, they've got words for it. Do you know what I mean? There's words that they will shout out, you know, like ones, oh, is there no help for the widow's son, and things like this. Do you know what I mean? This is what it's all about, Freemasonry. You know, all the signals they do behind your back. And if you can't reply or know any of this, you're nothing. They'll treat you like scum. Do you know what I mean? Because you're a hated profane. You know what I mean? But there it is. Look, try it. Go out in the high street town. Put your left hand on your right breast. Raise your right hand. Do you know what I mean? An arm to full height, one time. That's if it's in the daytime. If it's night, when that could not be seen, just say the word Okun, Okun, Okon. See who turns up. You know what I mean? The member of this tree were instructed that if the duty of each member of the order on seeing or hearing a signal of distress to immediately respond to the call and assist the member in the distress. Oak is the tree of the acorn, which is the symbolic emblem of the order, and Un is the last syllable of the password, as it is usually pronounced. If the person was not considered worthy to take any further degrees, he was not advanced further and never knew anything officially of the further organisation of the order. Do you see what I mean? And this is how tight all of the levels are. You know what I mean? Because if you ain't learning it, or you ain't considered worthy, you're not getting in there. If you're not corruptible, you know, if you're not willing to stab that sheep, you know, in my death ritual I've shown you, then it don't matter. You haven't got it wrong. You're just going to go through the left door and be a ring of protection or deniability that don't go on in my lodge. Whereas if you stab a sheep or a body, whatever they prefer to put, you know, at the particular time in the rituals, then you'll go through the right door, and then you'll progress up, you know, till you're physically, you know, killing kids or whatever it takes for them, you know, in ritual. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, you know. Right, anyway, in the first temple degree of the order, the sign of recognition is by placing the feet and arms the same as the Niphinite degree, except in this place of the 4 fingers over the right arm, the first 2 fingers are so placed and they are separated. So again, I've shown a video just here, haven't I, yeah, where there's 4 fingers and 3 fingers. Do you know what I mean? But now we're getting 4 fingers with 2 fingers. Do you know what I mean? So this is how subtle their signage is, you know, and you've got to watch for it. It's there all the time around you. This position of the fingers is taught to have reference to states' rights and state sovereignty. If a member gives that sign, it is to the duty of another seeing it to advance and recognise him. In taking the grip, each one moves his first finger upon the wrist of the other, taking an ordinary grip with the other 3 fingers, running the thumb as nearly straight as possible. This grip is taught to be as near the shape of the acorn, the universal emblem of the order, as can be. You see what I mean? Knights of the golden circle, made with a hand and represent strength, growth and durability. The left hand to be placed on the breast as before. The quality repeated thus: if I go to the east, I will go to the west. Let there be no strife between mine and thine, for we be brethren. OSL, resistance to the tyrants is obedience to God. You know what I mean? We're more than likely the tyrants. Do you know what I mean? Not pronounced only as in Nephri. Great care is taken to say the be brethren, the word be being a test of membership. Do you see what I mean? Because if you don't know it, that's just that simple B, yeah, can trick you, like the A in a Boaz. Do you know what I mean? If you don't know that, you're buggered. It's I don't know what that means. Adding Vudman, when the work of the order was sent to him for a reason of the committee to New York, and then again it just goes on and on. Do you know what I mean? The second degree, temple degree, the feet are placed and advanced as before. The hands are crossed on the abdomen. You see, the right hand out to the side to represent the belt of Orion. The thumbs pointing upwards to represent the point of the star Arcturus. The qualic is repeated thus: what a star Arcturus, what of the night morning cometh? Will ye inquire inquire ye return? Come. This qualic is taken mostly from the 11th and 12th verses of the 21st chapter of Isaiah. The password of this degree is Orion, pronounced as a test by giving the long sound to I. You see? So the test of this one, instead of going Orion, yeah, it's Orion. You know what I mean? They make it, but like I said, they do sounds and syllables in different ways to us. Again, they've got their own language. If you don't know it, you're buggered. That's all tested. You know what I mean? You know, because they don't want a profane person knowing anything. The grip of this degree is the ordinary grip, with the thumb of the jointed hand pointed upwards, representing the point of the star Arcturus. Members were instructed that the 5-pointed star of any metal could be used as an emblem of this degree. So they got a 5-pointed starlet. Members were instructed that a 5-pointed star of any metal could be used as an emblem of this degree. The 3rd degree temple, the feet are placed and advanced as before. The arms are crossed to the breast. And come down a bit, guys. I'll keep going because obviously it's got into a bit of, you know, where you can see their signals. This is what I like to learn and what I watch for. Yeah. To the shoulders, the right arm on the outside. The sign is said to represent the southern cross. Well, I don't know if that's gross or cross, as seen in the heavens south of the equator. The collet is given thus: whence, sire, how, by the ford, name it, Jabbak, thy password, Washington, Bayard. The distinct pronunciation of the last syllable, Bayard, being a test of membership. Washington is the password of the degree. The grip is given by locking the thumbs crosswise, the palms of the hand held downwards, and the hands held horizontally is the grip of the thumbs only. If, as a stranger, you wish to visit any lodge, you give 3 knocks on the door. When the wicket is raised, you give your name, residence, rank, and the temple to which you belong. If you are known by the member present, you are admitted. If you are not known, a committee is sent out to examine you. They test you, and if they find you are perfect in every particular, they report to the lodge and you are admitted. If you fail in any respect, they know you no more. You see what I mean? And that's what you got to do. You got no purpose. So when they send these people out to test you, yeah, because obviously they don't want to be talking about murder, drug deals and anything else, you know, of their business to a profane or someone who's not initiated. Do you know what I mean? This is what it's all about, you know, all work in cloak and dagger stuff. But the point of the matter is that that's how they, you know, how they test it. You know, you've got to know how to put, for instance, the compass on the degrees of the square. Do you know what I mean? What degrees on that square, on the points, you've got to put that. You know what I mean? You've also got to know what Bible to use on the altar. You know, because I was always using different, you know, and how to position that. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, is, you know, there's different things, finger pointing at your toes and all that sort of thing. If you don't get any of that, you're out. Do you know what I mean? And they're testing you all the time. The Grand Council degree, the feet are placed and advanced the same as in the Nephiite and the Temple degrees. The right hand is placed in as in the 3rd Temple degree, the left hand being placed under the right elbow. You then take the ordinary grip with the right hand and with the left hand, each taking hold of the right elbow of the other, and give 1 shake of the hand, then take the exact position of folding the arms as in the Nephiite degree. Then each turn 1/4 around to the right, facing in the opposite direction, and with the arms still folded, and is given thus: whence America, North South America, is the password of the Grand Council degree. So I mean, this is the sort of funny things you'll see if you pick up on it. This is referenced in the ritual to the passage of scripture given in the initiation as part of the charge. Isaiah, blah blah blah. This passage, as well as their invocations, is said to have been added to the ritual by Vallandigham. Sorry if I didn't get that word right. The passage reads, "And judgment is turned away backwards, and justice standeth afar off, for the truth is fallen into the streets, and the equity cannot enter. Ye truth faileth and be departed from evil, maketh himself a prey, and the Lord saw it, and it displeased him, that there was no judgment, and he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness it has sustained him, for he put on righteousness as breastplate." Blah 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 blah. The unwritten secret signs, passwords and colloquies have never before been published. The order itself never allowed them to be printed, but they were always given personally and verbally by members of the order with sufficient instruction in them to enable him to instruct intelligibly. In this way it was impossible for anyone outside the members of the orders to obtain them. And that's what it's all about, you know, whether you're an entered apprentice, fellow craft to master mason, it's the same on every degree and every level. Do you know what I mean? Because they've got all them little tricks like Rubik Cube, you know what I mean? If you don't know this particular little thing, you know, it can be down just where you know, touch your left ear and then touch your knee. Do you know what I mean? If you don't do that by saying the words in that particular order, they know you're not a Freemason and they'll just disown you. You know what I mean? And that's what, you know, that's what it's about. Yeah. Near the end now, aren't we? See, again, who cometh? This is another guy that, you know, when I do solemnly declare that I do, herein freely and in the light of good conscience, renew the solemn vows which I plight, blah blah, a man, woman or child, anything in my eyes may behold, or any, what, that I will never reveal, nor make known to any man. Oh yeah, this is where they're just saying keep secret, may hear within this sacred temple, nor any other temple, nor in any other place where the brotherhood may be assembled. See, and that's all it is, you know, either the emblems or insignias of the order, you see, and they're about, you know what I mean? They're about everywhere. You just got to know where, you know, it's all hidden in plain sight, you know what I mean? And if you don't know it, you ain't gonna see nothing, do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that. Provide neither any person who is attained at the age of 21 years, neither a man unsound or infirm in body and mind, such as a cripple, an idiot, neither one of American descent, African descent, whether slave or a freeman. Bloody unreal, isn't it? Neither a person of bad repute, knowledged, an atheist, neither a person of bad repute. Well, that'd be me, because I'm a perjured individual, you see. That's what it's all about. In my country, first of all, against any monarch, prince, potentate, power or government usurped may be found in the arms of waging war against the people or peoples who are in danger to establish or have integrate a government for themselves of their own free choice in accordance with and founded upon the eternal principles of the truth. That's a load of bloody balls. You know what I mean? Look at that. See, this is it, that I will never do wrong knowingly to a brother. See, again, look, this is at the top here, look, yeah. That I will ever aid a worthy brother in distress. That's why they always stick together, right? So if you ever get in a fight and you see a grand howling sign, get out of there, because any fucking Freemason in that room is going to protect his brother, and that's it. If in my power to do so, that I will never do wrong knowingly to a brother. That's why they never screw each other in court or arrest each other or anything else, nor permit him to suffer wrong at the hands of another, which basically mean the hands of a profane person. Do you know what I mean? They'll protect any and all Freemasons from profane people. If it shall be in my power to warn him of danger or prevent the wrong, I do further promise that I will at all times, if need be, take up arms in the cause of the oppressed in my country, first of all, against any monarchs, blah, 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 blah. They don't care, do you know what I mean? This is what it's about, you see, and they're now telling you there. But you can read that yourself, I'll let you, you know, you can read that, you know. And it just goes on, you know what I mean, and on and on. But you can get all these in my forum. All these books are in my forum, do you know what I mean? So, and that's it. See, look, the perfumes, all thy senses, do you know what I mean? Because again, it goes on smell. All your senses, yeah, is all to do with everything of what they do. And here we go, I think we go into another bit here, look. True man, if advance the sign, 'tis well, had he a password, he has, do you know what I mean, bid him give it to me, 'tis well, I watch the word, onward, 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 you know what I mean, and this is what they do, they remember all this stuff, do you know what I mean, it's not so easy, you know, to do, like I said, you've got to know it word for word, you know, when you're tested, you better get it right, because if you don't, they're going to leave you, because they want to know when they're talking about murder, or drug dealing, they want to know that you're actually up into that level of corruptibility, do you know what I mean? Because if you ain't, you're not getting anywhere, do you know what I mean? This is the thing, they've got eyes and ears all, everywhere, do you know what I mean? But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video. I didn't want to keep it going, you know, this long. I did want to finish early, but because of this, like I said, you can download any of my books, and I mean, I've got hundreds of them, do you know what I mean? Where you can you know, read or whatever, you know what I mean? Knights of the Golden Circle, fancy coming across that, you know what I mean? Unreal, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I've got all these books, it's all the same, do you know what I mean? You know, the origins of Freemasonry, you know, I've got hundreds of books, hundreds, you know what I mean? Look, I can't find it, where's it gone? Oh well. Oh yeah, I did it in the search result, that's why it didn't come up, that's right, yeah, I did it in the search result. It don't matter anyway, at the end of the day, like I said, the point of the matter is, oh yeah, in Dagaz, let me tell you about Dagaz, watch for that, because this is where you're getting the arms folded, this is Dagaz, yeah, this is Dagaz, do you know what I mean, and this is your stars doing, I don't want to get into it at the moment, do you know what I mean, these are Freemasons, look, do you know what I mean, that's why they're doing the arms folded, you see what I mean, that's what that is all about. You know, hidden hands and all the rest of it. They're just Freemasons, just a distraction, do you know what I mean? Because the Dagaz, if you look at Extinction Rebellion, which is here, look, yeah, that's Dagaz, that's the ruined Dagaz, which is Freemasonry, yeah? And these are the signs they make, you know, look, there's a Freemason doing it here, look, I need to take you through this Dagaz, but that's what Dagaz is, you know what I mean? And it goes on, you know, and they put it in, like I said, it's angels, you know what I mean? It's everywhere around you, it doesn't matter what it is, do you know what I mean? That's the Dagaz, here it is here, look, you see? There's some Freemasons doing it, look, you see? And these are the signs, you know, that you should be looking for all the time, see? And they're doing it all the time, look, do you know what I mean? And there's Alpha and Omega, yeah? Which again is Dagaz, here it is in Doctor Who, that is. I mean, tarot cards, there he is, look. That's the Dagaz, do you know what I mean? I know you don't see it, but it is. Do you know what I mean? There it is, look, the single thing on the Masonic altar. As you can see, look, the Masonic diamonds there. You got Jack and Boaz, and oh, I forgot the other one now. But yeah, but you can see the, you know, just look for the signs. It's there all the time. You know, look, see, it shows you in every. It doesn't matter where you are or what you are. It's there, do you know what I mean, the sign, that's what that is, see that? Just showing you the Freemasons, you see, and that's what it is again, that's the Dagaz, part of it, in Hoc Signo, do you know what I mean, and that's what that is, that's just skull and bones, that is, and I'll show you that in the church in the last video, but, you know, I need to get into it again, like I said, it's, you know, it's all over the place, do you know what I mean, but that's what it is, that's just Masonic, do you know what I mean, can't remember what I put that there for. These are all the Freemason signs, you know, and it's been through the decades and decades and decades and decades, do you know what I mean? And this, obviously this is hands over the breast, look, this sign refers to it, and this is where they, you know, where they go through the what's his name, do you know what I mean? But this is the X Factor, which is part of the Daggaz, yeah? Same thing, it's just, you know, look, this is what this is. See, look, you see, that is the Daggaz, see? But I'll get into this a bit more, do you know what I mean? This is like the rune Daggaz relates to the beginning and the end of the cycle, Alpha and Omega, do you know what I mean? But you've got to know that, like again, like I said, you know, it's, look, Daggaz were crossing their swords, which are the symbols of their tongue, in front of that approaches. The swords are crossed in the form of X are blocking the steps for one who approaches the temple, do you see what I mean? And you know, you've got to say, as they're doing performing the rune Daggaz, they say Jachin and Boaz, you see what I mean? Yeah, but if you didn't know any of this, you know, but again, it's all on the TV for the Freemasons to look at, do you know what I mean? And it's the sign of Osiris risen, do you know what I mean? Again, you know, you've got to research it and look into it and you'll find it, you know, it's all there. You can see it on the Masonic candlestick on the right here, yeah? This is a Freemason crown, do you know what I mean? Again, you've got the pentagram on the left candle, that's Freemasonry, you know. But if you research it, Daggaz, I don't know if I've got the rune here actually, again, you know, you'll see the music industry doing it, see how he's done it differently, because it marks him as a you know, high level Freemason, do you know what I mean? A different, you know, everything's different, you know, you've got to look for the different subtleties, you know what I mean? One's, you know, like I said, one's given the sign, one's a penal sign, and one's a sign and penal sign, do you know what I mean? See, everyone, they're not doing this for nothing, do you know what I mean? They're doing it for a reason, you know. You know, X is for Osiris, the multiplier, cult of Osiris, you know. Get into it and you'll find it, you know, the sign is there and it's in everything, do you know what I mean? Everywhere, do you know what I mean? And there's a couple of Masons doing it there, look, you see, you know what I mean? They're just different subtle signs, do you know what I mean? But once you start picking up on them and looking for the signs, you know it, there it is there, look, see, that's the cross, do you know what I mean? 12-inch drill on the common gravel. You know what I mean? But it makes the cross. But you need to go into it and research it, you know. And like I said, the Extinction Rebellion, which is this, yeah, that's the sign of Daggaz. Oh, and here it is, look. There's the rune Daggaz. Yeah? That's a Masonic sign, like I said, you know. Just doing it, you know. And, you know, and if you research it enough, you'll find plenty of people doing that, you know what I mean? It's just another gang sign for Freemasons, you know, look. I think that's, what's his name? I can't remember his name now, you know what I'm like. See? These are all famous people that are doing it. Because it's Freemason, that's who runs the world, Freemasons. See? Now, they're not doing it by mistake. Doing it for a reason, you know what I mean? Same as every other sign they do. Obviously I'm flicking through these right quick. You know what I mean? The signs are there, you know. Extinction Rebellion is just Masonic. See? What's that there? Let's see. Act now. And that's with Freemasons, that's all it is. And there's the same sign, look. The same sign is there. You know what I mean? It's made with the cross, you know. But, you know, again, I don't want to get into too much of the symbols. There it is again, Alpha and Omega. See, within the pyramid, the beginning and the end. Do you know what I mean? And he's a light traveller. You know, you can go on, you know. There it is again, look. Extinction Rebellion, what we got in the centre, the Masonic B. Do you know what I mean? You know, they can't help themselves, you know. Extinction Rebellion, you know. That's all it is. I mean, the star's doing it, the cross, you know. And there he is doing the swords. Look. The swords is the same thing. That's Masonic, you know what I mean? Like I said, Freemasons have swords, you know. That's, you know, it's not really, again, it's on the tarot, but that's what that stands for, you know, it's all the same. You've just got to understand the symbolism are different, do you know what I mean? That's sort of what it's about, you see? And that's, again, it always goes back to Egypt, you see, the same signs of Egypt, do you know what I mean? And then you've got the famous Freemason there that know exactly what they're doing, you know? And I can go on and on and on. Like I said, research Daggaz, you'll soon come up with it. That's a bit of a new learning curve for a few people, I bet. But like I said, other people know about it anyway, so, you know, I'm not you know, it's not new. I don't think the sign's new. Plenty of people I've seen posting about it. So, you know, like I said, this is here. It explains the Dagaz, you know. I don't think I've got the website on tap though, have I? Yeah, the gnosticteachings.org, yeah. Just put in Dagaz and then go to gnosticteachings.org, and that'll give you the you know the symbolism of it and what happens when they approach the temple, which is the Dagaz and the arms crossed, you see. So yeah, like I said, if you research it, it's there, the whole fucking shebang, baby. And here we go, look, see, everyone's at it, do you know? See, even in your movies, see, there you go. You know exactly what they're doing. Everything you see is Masonic. Even the Pope's at it, look. He knows, you know what I mean? He knows. Anyway, have a great day. Just gone on a bit longer than I wanted it to. You know what I mean? You got, you know, ho ho ho, baby. But again, that's another story about this, you know, the vampires and all that. But yeah, that's, you know, this is what it's all about. That's why you see this, look. See? Same thing. It's just skull and bones, Dagaz, crossed arms, blah blah blah, and that's what it is. You know what I mean? Nothing different. You know what I mean? I'm showing you. Even he does it. Look, the old cook. Look. See, know exactly what they're doing. It's all Masonic. All Masonic. Anyway, oh yeah, we've got the Oscars as well. Look at the Oscar. You know what I mean? This is again, it's all Masonic. Look. Shh. See the shush sign? Look. Shh. You know what I mean? Crazy. Anyway, have a great day, folks. I hope you learned something today, especially that Freemasons are not your friends if you're profane. Anyway, have a great day, folks. Night night. I mean, it's now 2 in the morning, so good night. It's good night from me and good night from him. Thank you very much. Have a great day, folks.